Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Just when you thought Friday couldn't get more wild, welcome to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. But Ermanni and Edwards aren't here, so today, my name is Stick. That mother right there is Adham Beydoun.
What's up, everybody?
We have not done a show together in over a year.
I think longer than that, but yeah.
I think that's for a reason. They don't want us to burn this damn network to the ground.
You know, honestly, I get stressed from working with you. So.
I know you do, because I ain't like these other dudes that you're just going to push around.
Yeah, you just say something wrong and you keep going.
I die on my hills, even if I'm wrong. That's why. That's why. It's going to be a fun Friday show today. Welcome. Thank you guys for being a part of the Woodward Sports Network. Everybody on the woodwardsports.com chat right now, thank you guys for checking in. Make sure that you're a big part of the conversation today. Tom Mazaway is joining us from the big couch. He's going to try to mediate this craziness today.
Thank you, Stick, and Adam, thank you for that welcome there. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
That's good to have you guys here. I'll play referee.
Yeah, you know, the last time I did the show, I was kicked off. I wasn't allowed to fill in anymore.
I enjoy it. Hey, I wanted you back.
I'm just saying, I was kicked off.
I wanted you back. Ryan's ears couldn't take it.
I know.
I can handle it.
I know.
We got to show love to JB in the sound booth today, rocking that 33 Panthers jersey. What's up to JB? How you doing?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you feeling for the weekend?
Oh, I'm pumped for the weekend. College football, Lions on Sunday. Who could ask for more?
Post Malone downtown, too, this weekend.
Yeah.
Downtown's going to be popping. And then, of course, Fletch over in the producer land. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, we're leading into the Lions game this Sunday. Make sure you hang out with us at the Brass Rail. We're going to be down there. Adam will be doing the pregame live from the studio. We got to talk about Dan Campbell. Adam and I disagree on some things about Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
And
we'll get there.
We'll get there. That's coming up in the show. But first, we got to talk about it last night. I mean, as soon as it happened, our text thread here at Woodward Sports blew up. At first, with people making fun of Tua. Like, you know, in the moment, they were like, oh, he's throwing up gang signs. And, like, there were some laughs. But then it was like, oh, damn. Like, this is real life and death stuff.
Yeah, let's not throw the company under the bus. But
I'm not saying who sent that.
Oh,
I'm just
easy.
saying. Oh, okay. All right. The heavyweight sent that. Okay, the heavyweight sent that. But no. When I first saw it, my initial thought was Javid Best, and that's what I remember. Javid Best, when he went up in the air and flipped when he was at Cal, he just like froze like this, and he was never the same player after that. Adam, after watching last night, I mean, there's so many layers we can get to. The NFLPA, how they should have been handling it, how the Dolphins have handled it, what the NFL does for their players. But what was your takeaway when seeing that last night?
I was disappointed, man, because if that was my franchise quarterback, if I was a fan of that team, if I was in the media in Miami, I'd be irate. This guy threw 3 games. You're 3-0. Second in the league in passing yards. Big comeback win against the Ravens, right? You're starting to feel good about Tua as a franchise quarterback. And you want to tell me what I'm seeing on the screen is a back injury when he falls and loses all coordination on the game on Sunday. And then we get all the way to Thursday night. He somehow cleared concussion protocol each day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Somehow cleared.
And Thursday. But it wasn't. It was a back injury Monday morning. And we're learning more as it goes. And I have to deal with now, quote, my potential franchise quarterback having irreversible damage. If he breaks his hand, I can deal with it. He tears an Achilles, I can deal with it. He breaks his middle finger, I can deal with it. Brain damage, irreversible.
It's over. To me and Maz have talked about this. Maz says he thinks he's out for a couple weeks. I think the dude's done. Like, that's career-ending stuff, especially coming off the week before when you looked like you were drunk as hell trying to go through a sobriety line.
I think he's one hit away. I don't think he's done yet.
And that's the thing. Does Tua, now that he's already got the bag, he's got his money, does he risk that one hit?
He's still on the rookie contract. He was drafted number 5 overall.
Yep.
So that guaranteed money is probably like 14, 15 million. He's gonna play, man. He's gonna play. I don't see it, Maz. I don't like it. I think it's awful. Everybody can blame the NFL. I think the NFLPA is a joke. But hey, what do I know, right?
Hey, DeMaurice Smith, who is the boss of the NFLPA, let's put up his tweet last night. The NFLPA is going to go after the Dolphins. They're going to look into this. They're going to turn over every stone possible to go after the Miami Dolphins, the doctors, the coaches, anyone that had anything to do with it. This is a team that's working without an owner. I mean, Stephen Ross is suspended for a year. So they are already they've got the light shed on them. People are watching them. What happened last week is he was concussed. He came out for a couple plays, and they put him back in. That's Jim McMahon territory, if you remember the great Chicago Bears quarterback in '85. I mean, no one was more concussed than him. Actually, you can go back to Roger Staubach in the '70s, Captain Comeback himself, concussed. But these guys, Roger's okay, I guess, but Jim is suffering to this day. Matter of fact, he has lots of stuff he is doing right now for his brain. He is improved over the years, but he's been living with this concussion syndrome. This CTE is what it is. And Tua got knocked out. He should not have come back in that game last week against Buffalo. That's number one. Because once you're concussed, you're done. We all know he was concussed. He was TKO'd.
Right.
He was. If Mills Lane was there, he would have stopped it. He would have put his arms up. It's over. Then he plays 4 days later. 4 days later. And an accidental tackle. It was a good tackle. It wasn't a bad tackle.
That was damn near a suplex. Like he whipped him around faster. If that would have been Tom Brady, that's a 15-yard penalty. But I still think the NFL is going to deliver a fine for that tackle.
He's little, so it's easier to throw him around. The guy wasn't trying to hurt him. He was trying to tackle him. The guy with Tua was trying to get away. So he grabs him and pulls him down. That was a freak accident. But now, the double hit. 4 days later, your brain gets wrecked like that again. Yeah. People are going to pay for this.
What do you think about J.J. Watt and people tweeting to the NFL and Amazon last night, quit showing the replay? Like, my view of it is show the damn replay. Show people how violent it can be. Show people what this is all about. I get it's affecting the brand, but Amazon didn't cut away from this, and I thought they were going to cut away immediately, but they kept showing it.
You know
they showed it again.
They didn't really talk about it at halftime.
They covered it a little bit, but
blew it off.
It was next man up, and they started talking about Teddy Bridgewater, which that's the NFL, though, right? I mean, the Lions, we're going to get into that later. They're dealing with next man up in a big way this week with the two players that they announced aren't going to be playing.
You can't show that on TV.
You have to show it on TV. You have to.
How? I mean, one, it's already a bad look. And if you want to talk about one thing, we talk about the NFL's king, right? NFL gets the most rating. NFL generates the most money. NFL is the most trending sport, right? It is untouchable, right?
No,
I mean, CTE couldn't touch it. Nothing could touch it. You don't want to show that. That's not promoting the game.
Yes, it is, though. Like, I guarantee a lot of people, that's like watching a NASCAR race. You tune in for the wreck.
Exactly.
I don't care if
it's
Dale
car
Earnhardt,
wreck TV.
You don't tune into the NFL to see people suffer brain damage.
No, I get it.
You tune in to NASCAR for people. You tune in to NASCAR to watch them crash. 100%, fine, fair play. The NFL is arguably the greatest sport in the world, in my opinion. I don't turn it on for that. And even when that happens, which is a consequence of how violent the game is, Amazon did a horrible job of covering it. Very insensitive. One, to his family is probably watching on TV, number one. Number two, nobody needs to see that. Three, the guy is literally probably having a seizure on the field.
He seized.
We don't need to see that. As somebody that has a younger brother who has some form of the spectrum, I forget what the hell we call it. God dang it.
Epilepsy?
Epilepsy. If that was to happen on the football field, you think I would appreciate if everybody wasn't huddling around him and hiding it from that's a problem, man. You can't show it. It doesn't promote the game. If anything, it just makes it worse. And they're already struggling getting kids to play tackle football right now. Yeah. That's why flag football is blowing up. Because of that, and try convincing a parent now, hey, instead of letting your kid play baseball or any other of these sports, how about you do that? Here, son, go play quarterback so you can end up like that. Good luck.
I mean, it's a man's game. We've known that, and that's why these guys get paid the way they do. That's why their salary cap's the way it is. That's why these quarterbacks are signing $500 million contracts. That's part of the risk that comes with playing the game.
But I'm not monetizing off of their head injuries. NASCAR monetizes off of crashes.
The NFL is monetizing off these guys murdering each other every Sunday. Like, that's what they want. They want light-up hits. They want, highlights played on SportsCenter. They want
That's not
Ray
true,
Lewis.
though. They've changed the rules. They used to want it.
No.
They used to be
They
as
say
a safety.
they don't want it, but they want it, baby.
It's so obvious. Back in the day, man, if you were a safety, you had free reign over the middle of the field.
Yeah.
If you were a wide receiver, you had to think about your kids before running around
Oh,
in the middle of the field.
It was a man's
That's
game.
completely changed.
I know.
All the rules now favor the wide receivers, protecting the quarterback, scoring more points. The league is going in, let's entertain. It's not Sean Taylor, Ed Reed. It's not Troy Polamalu anymore. Those days are done.
Yeah.
It's not even go back even further. Reggie White. You can go back to Dwight Freeney. Julius Peppers would kill people.
Hey, before you guys were even a gleam in your parents' eyes, I watched Jack Tatum decapitate Darryl Stingley. He paralyzed him and then stood over him. They Call Me Assassin was his book. He came out with it after that. The rules are completely different now. Last night, everyone's blaming the Miami Dolphin doctors and coaches. Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins head coach, after the game, he kind of said, hey, don't blame me. As a coach, I would never do that. Let's listen. Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, it was a scary moment. He was evaluated for concussion, and he's in the concussion protocol. He was at the hospital. I believe he's about to get discharged. It was that was an emotional moment. That is not part of the deal that anyone signs up for, even though you know it's a possibility in football to have something that you have to get taken off on a stretcher. All of his teammates, myself, we were all very, very concerned. So the best news that we could get is that everything is checked out, that he didn't have anything more serious than a concussion. He'll be flying back with us here on the plane.
You see those as crocodile tears and crocodile concern, because they've trotted him out there knowing damn well he was already injured, and now that he really got injured, I think they just hoped it wasn't going to happen. Then when it did, it was like, oh man, we really messed this up.
Yeah, I don't think that's crocodile tears, but yeah, they're crapping themselves.
Yeah.
There's not a question about it. They put a guy's life in danger. Oh, it's a 1 in a million shot. Well, not really. The second concussion is a lot, from what I understand, a lot worse than the first one, especially 4 days apart. Let's put up that Tom Pelissero tweet. This about a half an hour ago, this came out. Adam, I'll let you read that.
All right, Tom Pelissero speaking with Judy Batista from the NFL Network. The NFL chief medical doctor, Dr. Alan Sills, says Tua Tagovailoa was checked for concussion symptoms every day since Sunday. Points out that the independent neuro expert had to clear him. Once the review is done, results will be released quickly. Maz, I don't know. I'm not sure how that happens. Again,
they shouldn't have played.
We thought it was a concussion Sunday. I think we all agree.
We know
it looked like one.
It
for
looked
sure.
like
It
one,
is.
right?
We don't know for
Monday,
1,000,000%, but I think we can all use our brains.
When
and
you
say
get
it was.
knocked out, is it a concussion?
Yeah,
Your back can
depends.
your back can do weird things to your body too, though.
Okay.
Like you mess up your back, it can paralyze you.
If you've ever
it
gotten
can-
into a car
Yeah.
accident, your back's a little shaken up, you can. But again, it was diagnosed as a back injury on Monday.
Yeah.
Could it be a misdiagnosis? I've seen players pass a concussion test who are clearly concussed.
Right.
So it's.
So then use your
it's-
eyes.
I passed
agree.
the sobriety test when I was pretty drunk.
I agree,
There you
but
go.
No, it can
It's
happen.
tough, man. I'm not sure what to say. I can't believe he played on Thursday night.
Listen, Thursday night games, first of all, are looked upon badly from every NFL player. Nobody wants to play them. I want to see them because I'm an NFL junkie, and they're not going anywhere. Amazon just spent, I don't know how many billions. They got the package, and it ain't going anywhere. Matter of fact, they might add a doubleheader on Thursday eventually. They're going to add an 18th game.
Do it.
They're going to
More
add an
football.
18th game.
Give it to me every day. Don't give these guys a day off. Pay them $100 million. Let them go kill themselves for my entertainment.
This year, 17 games, first time. NFLPA didn't like that. 18's coming. It's coming for sure. This kid should not have been on the field. Teddy Bridgewater should have started that game. Matter of fact, they had their emergency quarterback already suited up. So they were ready in case something happened. Did you know that? You only put 2 quarterbacks on the sideline. They had 3 this time.
Yeah, they were ready.
He was active.
Well, It's always good to have insurance. And Tua, I hope he's got good insurance. And if he doesn't, make sure he hits up our friends at Swiss. Time to talk about Swiss. I'm not talking about Turkey and Swiss. We're talking about that Swiss Insurance Group. Mark and his awesome team at Swiss Insurance want to remind you that September is National Life Insurance Awareness Month, and Swiss can save you money on your home or auto, resulting in no additional out-of-pocket expenses for your life insurance need. So hit them up today, the Swiss Insurance Group. You see it right there on the screen. Mark at SwissINS.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Yeah, welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards on the Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app right now. It's available for you in Google or Apple stores. And make sure you hit up woodwardsports.com. And shout out to everybody in the woodwardsports.com chat right now where you can watch the shows live. Just got done talking about Tua and how he is probably going to be out for the foreseeable future. Well, this morning, Dan Campbell, he made some announcements about who's out for the Detroit Lions foreseeable future. Fletch, you got that video ready to rock? Give me a second, but when he dropped this bomb this morning, Adam came running down the hall, dropping all types of F-bombs. I think there was a collective sigh in the back room. Just when you think the Lions are starting to put something together, we got to deal with stuff like this. Let's hear it from Dan Campbell.
Yeah, listen, man, that's what it's all about, man. Next man up. And, we still got Hawk, we got Shark, we got Leaf, we got Cephas. I mean, we've got, Jamal. So we got this old line and a quarterback that can throw it. So we feel good about it.
By the way, Shark is still nursing that surgically repaired ankle.
Okay. That
he re-aggravated last week. So I don't think he's going to be much of anything this week. Hockenson's got to step up, and Khalif Raymond, I guess, and Quintez Cephas has been a ghost.
Yeah, well, the reason Dan Campbell's talking about those guys is because of the 2 guys that are out, which are massive blows on the offensive side. We're talking DeAndre Swift is not going to play this Sunday, and Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown, which, Adam, I know that not only affects you as a Lions fan, but it also affects you as a fantasy football owner. How are you feeling about this announcement, and what do you think that means for the Lions going into this weekend without those 2 key pieces on offense?
Damn it! Why me, man? God. Why? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Your 2 players that result in 54% of your offense are not available on Sunday.
Your 2 best players, hands down.
Easily.
That's it. Flat out.
You know what? Could they compensate at the run game and still run Jamal and Reynolds slightly effectively against a mediocre Seattle team? Sure.
If you want running backs to run into the line, sure, you can use Jamal Williams.
But if St. Brown is your chain mover, your big play guy, outside of DeAndre Swift, and speaking of DeAndre Swift, that's a home run hitter, and you miss both in a game where, I'm sorry, guys, whether you like it or not, and we can have the Dan Campbell part of this conversation later.
About to, baby.
But you're talking about a football team that's been the better football team, in my opinion, for 8 out of the 12 quarters they've played so far this year. And they are 1-2. And now, missing your 2 best players offensively, which, by the way, you have the best offense in the NFL in terms of scoring 31 points a game, you now have to figure out a way at home to put up 24, 27 points if you're going to want to beat the Seattle Seahawks team. And you're going to do it without arguably your 2 best players? The timing is so off on this. and we'll get to the game preview, what you think's going to happen, who's going to win, whatever. But you're looking down the barrel right now of 1-3. And it doesn't look good. It's not a good look. It's not what you'd want for a team that, let's be honest, they've played good football.
See, I'm looking at this as an opportunity for the Lions, right? Everybody's starting to doubt them after last week, and we can get into why they're doubting them from last week later on with Dan Campbell talk. But you're down your starting running back. You're down your best wide receiver. And if you still go in and dominate this game, everyone's going to be like, they did it without their best running back and their best wide receiver. This team is on track. We're 2-2. We're ready to go. And this is a great opportunity for Hockenson to actually step up because when me and Anson were doing the postgame, he was talking about Hockenson, or I think it was when me and Jeff were doing it. He was talking about Hockenson, how he wasn't getting it. And I said, Jeff, calm down, man. Here's the deal. The Lions are leading the league in scoring. What do you want out of Hockenson? 100 yards and a touchdown? Okay, so then we go from averaging 31 to 38 points a game. Because other than that, you're taking those points away from somebody else, right? So Hockenson hasn't needed to be the guy. Now he needs to be the guy.
He had 7 targets the first 2 games, each game. He had 14 through 2 games. He was one of Jared Goff's favorite targets outside of St. Brown. He's not getting open. My issue with Hockenson is his stats are the same as Eric Ebron's through 3 years. There's no difference outside of maybe 4 more touchdowns.
He doesn't drop a ball. That
and he's a much better blocker than Ebron ever was.
But I'm sorry, we're looking at a tight end who, let's be honest, before last season started, did we all not believe he had potential to be a top 5 tight end?
Well, that's why he drafted him where we did. Yeah,
and he's nowhere near it.
No,
16th in yards.
But I think the offense has shifted so much.
It hasn't.
I think this week will tell us a lot about T.J. Hockenson, right, and what he is to this offense. Because Amon-Ra St. Brown, when he started to come on, those are Hockenson routes, right? Those are those short little intermediary routes where the quarterback's checking down, you're trying to get in space and hit him. And Amon-Ra just made a living doing that. Kind of takes it away from T.J. Hockenson. So that's why this week, with these injuries, which... if this Lion team can come back with these injuries, I think we can look forward to the rest of the season in a lot better light than we would even if we had a healthy team and beat the hell out of Seattle. Because we should beat the hell out of Seattle with our full healthy team. Now, it's kind of in question, and we're going to see a little bit more. Right, it's even.
It's an even game now. That spread has gone down 3 points since it opened. Guess what? There's another injury, and he didn't practice today. It's your kicker. Austin Seibert.
Who the hell cares?
I know. I'm just saying.
Who the hell cares?
Well, I'm just saying. The guy's been playing injured.
He shouldn't even be on the damn team.
Well, their practice squad kicker, Dominic Eberle, will probably be your kicker come Sunday.
They better sign Rodrigo Blankenship before Sunday. That's what I want. I mean, I mentioned it last week. He doesn't stink.
Yes, he does.
He was great last year for the Colts and the year prior for the Colts. He was.
Why
He's
doesn't
got
he have
those
a job
goofy-ass glasses.
Why doesn't he have a job? Because he missed a couple the opening week against when Indy tied Houston.
Right. Okay.
Blew the game winner at 40 yards.
He's made a lot more field goals in his lifespan than either of the two we got on our roster right now.
Well, we'll see how Dominic Eberle does, because I think he's going to be your new kicker this week. Austin Seibert is nursing another injury.
Where the hell is he from, Eberle?
I don't know. I know he's on the practice squad.
Look, at the end of the day,
take a guy from DCFC and let him kick.
I like the idea that you're putting out, where you're seeing it from, a half glass empty, half full.
I got to, baby.
I understand.
That's all I got left.
I understand, but look, every team in the NFL deals with injuries, okay? This is no different for the Lions. You should actually be thankful it's happening this week against Seattle while you're at home. But that does not change the fact that you have a lot riding on this game. Not playoff aspirations, not division aspirations. Simply, nobody wants to talk about a 1-3 football team that's making progress. That's not progress. At the end of the day, Dan Campbell, you see all the hard work he's doing, right? Mm-hmm. All the leadership, cultural changes he's made. Maz, it's not going to stick if you don't win. Seattle loses the game. I still think they are more than capable of winning, but it's going to take something special from the play calling with Ben Johnson. You're going to need the Jamal Williams they had against Minnesota. You brought up Hockenson. I'm waiting for that version to step the hell up. I hope so. But I'm waiting. And last I checked, Jared Goff is the better quarterback between the two. So I'm still confident in the Lions.
They drafted a tight end. They signed tight ends as free agents. They have like 4 tight ends on the roster. So they don't believe 100% in Hockenson either.
Why would you believe in him? Why would you believe in a guy who you're going to have to fork out, let's be real, given his talents, 15 to 18 million a year.
You can have him for that.
You guys can take him, given the production. Now you give me Mark Andrews numbers, Travis Kelce numbers,
God.
Darren
That's
Waller.
That's a different.
Now
level.
we can talk money.
That's a different.
That's
level.
a difference maker.
Hopefully, this James Mitchell will get healthy from Virginia Tech, and maybe he'll be the tight
Mitchell
end.
was a late second, early third round pick.
There you go. Without
if
the
he
injuries.
didn't tear his ACL.
There you go. Let's see what he can do.
Well,
Love
Dan
those
Campbell
injured
knows
players.
tight ends. Dan Campbell, that should be his specialty, right? Tight ends.
Yeah.
Let's just hope this doesn't turn into a Jim Harbaugh situation where quarterbacks are your specialty and you just can't seem to find one. Because that would be the travesty, right?
Yeah.
Of all of this. The weak spot of our offense turns out to be the tight end under Dan Campbell.
It's odd because, again, Hockenson has all the potential, all the talent. No one's doubting that. We all know he's supremely more gifted than Eric Ebron. But you put them side by side through 40 games.
Yeah.
One has 1,600 yards, the other has 15. One has 12 touchdowns, the other has 7. The other has a 63% catch rate, the other 62.6. Not much of a difference.
Not much. You're right.
They're the same
Can't
player.
argue.
They're not the same player, bro. Stats.
They are.
But what are the blocking stats? What are the pancakes blocks?
We say, okay, you can throw
that's
run
such
blocking.
a major
This
part
year-
of being a tight end.
This year
that's
in the
what
NFL
separates George Kittle from everybody.
Let me finish. This year in the NFL, how about you go search his his run blocking grade? It is bottom tier in the NFL for tight ends. He's not even a good run blocker this year.
I don't know. When I'm watching the games and I'm watching plays and I see big plays happen, there was a couple touchdowns last game on Jamal Williams runs that happen and don't happen if TJ Hockenson isn't picking up his block where he's picking
You're
up.
going to miss. I promise you. You'll
that's
miss
an important
Amon
part
Ross.
of being a tight end.
You will miss Amon-Ra St. Brown's blocking more than you'll miss TJ Hawkinson's. Brock Wright could step in and do just a hell of a job.
No doubt about that.
Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown is an absolute damn beast. That
He's
is
a
not a
pit bull.
conversation I'm trying to have. What I'm trying to talk about is TJ Hawkinson's blocking and how it's important.
But we say it is, but statistically it actually isn't. He is rated by PFF as one of the lowest graded blocking tight ends in the NFL right now.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't believe it.
You gotta believe it. The guy knows his numbers.
I would never lie to you.
Don't argue numbers with that guy.
I'm being called a liar. What is this?
Where's our stat boy? Ryan Lentz in the back. Help us out on this, please.
I believe Adam.
We need some PFF on blocking for tight ends, because I believe Hockenson is one of the better in the NFL. But I'll tell you who is one of the best in the market if you're looking for a new house, Michael Phillips. You're looking to buy or sell, whether you're a player or a fan, he's helping you invest with Michael Phillips. It's a top priority. He's all over it. Game on with him. All you got to do is call 313-403-0011 right now, and Michael Phillips from Keller Williams will help you get into the home of your dreams or get you the most if you're trying to get out of your house right now. So give him a call. Let him know Woodward Sports sent you, and we're about to do a cool broadcast with him coming up next month, too. So there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Phillips.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is Adham Beydoun, filling in for Braylon Edwards today. And that is Maz, filling in for himself because he likes to show up for work sometimes.
I'm here.
No golf for you today, Maz?
I hate golf.
If I may, the people who said TJ Hockenson is a good run blocker, that is true. In 2020, he had a 71 run blocking grade by PFF, top 3 in the NFL.
Nice.
2021.
Pretty valuable.
2021.
Pretty valuable,
It
Adam.
went from 70 to 45,
All right.
and this year it's at 49.
Nice.
Great. I'm glad
He's
we can have that
trending beautifully.
conversation. Thank you. Sorry.
He's a hell of
Get
a
a little
run
angry
blocker.
sometimes. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
3 games is not a big enough
Hey.
sample size. I don't want to hear that.
17 last year.
Listen.
Well, technically 12 because he was injured.
I don't give a damn about his blocking. Catch
You
the freaking
should.
ball.
He's a tight end. Catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
Do you guys watch? Do you know what football is? Do you know tight ends? Like, Their job isn't to catch the
Mark
ball.
Andrews' job is to catch the football.
Mark Andrews' job. That's because Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball 50 yards downfield. And they built the offense around short, intermediate passes for him.
Turn Stick's mic off.
His career, the average amount of yards per target. 6.2 year one.
You talking about Hockenson?
Yes.
That's not his fault. That's the play caller.
Wait, I'm telling you, it's a good thing. 6 yards downfield his rookie year. 7 his second year. 7 his third year. This year it's 4.6. He sucks. He's not open.
That's Ben Johnson then.
No, he's not
yes,
open.
it is.
He's not
What's
open.
the difference between those 3 years and this year? The OC.
And the offense is better than it's ever been.
Because they don't need him, and that's why they're not using. That's what I tried to explain to you, man.
Has one-on-one matchups.
That's why this game is
He's
important.
not winning them.
Hey, you guys are in the same room. Relax.
I have to yell.
There's no
I'm
screaming.
an arrow.
The only way it gets through to Adam is.
Hey, I'm an Arab. Do you see me yelling?
I don't know
I'm
how
a
you
white
do
guy,
it.
damn it.
You're a fake Arab.
I'm not a fake Arab. My parents came
You're
up from
from Jersey, damn it.
You're from Detroit.
All right, so I can yell.
Same thing.
God. Where are we? I forgot.
No, we were talking about T.J. Hockenson. But no, that's why this game is so important, because Ben Johnson hasn't used T.J. Hockenson to his best ability. That's what those stats tell me when you're reading them off. Our past OCs were putting him in longer routes, getting him down the field, down the seam, down the middle. This just appears he's running little out routes or dump offs. That's a Ben Johnson thing. So maybe we start looking at Ben Johnson and how he's using the tight end, but I'm not going to complain about Ben Johnson because we're the #1 scoring offense in the league, so he knows what he's doing. I just don't think a part of his overall major scheme is using the tight end, and I don't hold that against Hockenson.
7 targets game 1, 4 catches. 7 targets game 2, 3 catches for only 26 yards. Game 3, I believe it was 4 targets, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. 4 targets, 3 catches, 18 yards. He's not having any impact, and it should have been in Minnesota when St. Brown was hobbled and injured. It's not. I don't believe it's a schematical issue. What I see is a player that's, 1, struggling to get open. 2, Jared Goff is giving him every opportunity, but when you have a catch rate of under 55%, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to trust you.
Look, we got no choice this week, right?
I understand, and that's what we're going to look at him for, right? We're going to look at Hockenson this week, Stick, and say, if you walk away with 3 catches, I might as well bring a baseball bat to your house.
Listen, I'm
with you on that.
Get on FanDuel right now. What's the over-under on Hockenson catches? I'm going to bet the over. I'm going to bet it right now, live on the air.
Over-under?
Over-under. I'm betting the over.
Give
Whatever
me 1
it
second,
is,
I'll
I'm
tell
betting
you.
the over.
Give me 1 second, I'll tell you.
And listen, I root for the Lions. I want Hockenson to succeed.
Me too.
It's interesting, too, not to just divert off the Hockenson subject, but a name that Dan Campbell brought up was Quintez Cephas, who has been a ghost this year, too.
Yeah. Well, it's Halloween.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see if he gets involved. But whenever the people in front of you fall off, it gives you an opportunity to show yourself. And it gives Ben Johnson a new opportunity to re-scheme this offense. And we're going to see something different this week. Hopefully, it works. Hopefully, we're still in that 31-point-a-game thing where we've been. What you got to say, JB? I saw you over there laughing.
Oh, I just got those DraftKings results for T.J. Hockenson. 44.5 over and under receiving yards.
Oh, I'm over that.
Yeah.
44.5?
How many can you bet
Easy.
catches too?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, you can bet catches
Yeah, but
as
on
well.
FanDuel they're not listed right now.
Okay. 44.5?
I would take the over.
That's pretty high, though.
Not really. Not really.
No?
No, I wouldn't say that's high. For a guy who should get 10, 11, 12 targets.
Okay. Let's get on it.
He's gonna have over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. On
Well,
Sunday.
he hasn't done that since his first game ever in the NFL, where he teased us with actually being a good player, and then he's done nothing but suck big balls for about 2.5
Do you
years.
remember what happened to him? Remember that he was doing so well, and then he jumped over a tackler. You remember that? And he got knocked out for like 3 weeks after that.
Was it a neck injury or a
Yeah,
concussion?
I forgot what it was. I just remember, I'm like, wow, this guy jumps over people. And then, of course, he got crushed.
Wow.
And, of course, he couldn't do any more of that. DeAndre Swift did the same thing, and he's injured as well.
Who do you think is going to step up at the wide receiver position? Is
I
gonna
wish
be
it was
Josh
Tom
Reynolds?
Kennedy. I love Tom Kennedy. I do. I love Tom Kennedy.
I think
To
it's
what?
because of the
Clean the
first
locker
name.
room after the game?
What'd you say?
I think it's because of the first name.
No. I just think this guy catches everything. I just believe that. I want him.
I think we've been.
I'd rather
teased.
have him than Quintez Cephas.
No, I think we've been spoiled as Americans with a bunch of white people suddenly becoming good wide receivers.
Maybe you're
so
right.
now we see Cooper Kupp, we see Wes Welker, and we're like, hey, we have a white guy. He's
We're
good.
coming back, baby! Look out, NFL!
I know
So you
Tom
don't see any
Kennedy.
white guys playing corner.
Tom Kennedy played last year. Didn't he get in a couple games?
Wasn't
He
it
had some stats last year.
Was it Strayhorn like the last white cornerback in the league? The guy from New York.
Yeah, Jason Strayhorn.
Jason Strayhorn. He was like the last white cornerback in the league.
How long ago? 20 years?
That was like 10 years
in
ago.
the 90s.
Yeah. We should put him
He
in the
was
museum.
tall. He was
when
tall
he
as hell,
dies, we
too.
should like make a skeleton of him and put him in the museum like
This
a
will
dinosaur.
never happen again.
Seriously.
That's why, they made that movie about the first all-black starting five at the NCAA level, the Texas Tech team.
Yeah.
The next all-white starting five that makes it to the NCAA finals, they'll get a movie
Texas
after
Southern, I think
Wasn't
it
that
was.
Georgia or, Gonzaga? Aren't they always white?
The Zags. Back in the day, Duke.
Duke.
Back in the day.
Seahorn. Yeah, there it is.
Seahorn.
Jason
Seahorn. There you go.
My bad.
Anyways, back on track. Sorry about that. But no, Tom, who's on the roster that's going to make a difference this Sunday?
Where's Quintez Cephas, Mr. Oh my God, look what he's doing in practice. Oh my God, the one-handed catch and then his vagina broke the next day. He's not available. Where's he? Quintez Cephas. We need to save a roster. Cut his ass.
No,
once Jameson
no.
Williams comes. He's never available. I know everything you're about to say. Man, he looks really damn good on the field when he's available. Looks
And
great in
I've
practice.
had a crush on him forever. Like, I love Quintez
Hey,
Cephas.
you would love to see DJ Shark come out
Yeah.
and make that $10
Josh
million
Reynolds.
that he got.
Josh Reynolds, too.
Reynolds is banged up as well. That was friendly fire last week. Remember, they ran into each other. It was him and, was it Amon-Ra St. Brown or was it, who ran into him last week? They ran into each other,
Yeah.
basically knocked each other out of the game. It might have been Khalif Raymond.
Jameson Williams, it's a name you just brought up. How far away is he from getting back? We haven't gotten
I'd say
many
after the
updates.
bye week.
He has to sit for 4 weeks because he was on the PUP list, right? So you're thinking after bye
the
week.
bye week.
So
No
we
chance
really
of
only
playing
have to
before.
get by 2 more games without Jameson Williams.
I'm as confident as that. You know how much I love Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Very vocal and supportive of him. If you can manage somehow, some way, and again, we're going to bring up Dan later,
Next,
but I
actually.
still think you are more than capable of beating Seattle right now, even without your 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say St. Brown returns next week. You can win on the road in Foxborough. Mac Jones, is he going to be available? Am I really worried about a Matt Patricia offense? I swear to God, guys, you have to hear me out when I say this. You are looking, as much as down the barrel, you're looking at 1-3, 1-4. I can easily make the argument for 3-2.
Yeah, him too. If they had all their players, I'd give
Jameson
10
Williams.
points this week. If they had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I would take the spread for the lines this week if
I'd
they
give
were healthy.
10. I would give Seattle 10 if they had Swift and Brown, but they don't.
What are you giving them then?
I think maybe it's a 3-point game.
So
I
that's
really believe that.
3-point game, that road game, then that's an even game.
Yeah,
That's
it's an even game.
That's a pick 'em.
Again, look, you have a great opportunity this weekend. I know we're all going to focus on the injuries. Oh my goodness, St. Brown is down, Swift is a no-go. You have an opportunity to beat a team that you are better than, in my opinion. And if you do, my God, the week we will have in this town next week, talking about a potential opportunity
to go 3-2.
To go 3-2 into the bye week with Dallas, who not many people are really concerned of, but oh my God, Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence are unbelievable on the defensive front. And then you have, I believe after that, correct me if I'm wrong, Miami, and then it's New York, and then it's Buffalo. Not the easiest schedule there, guys. But boy, you set yourself up 3-2 going into that 4-game stretch. We can actually have a conversation about progress.
Yep.
This team heading in the right direction. Now we can talk.
They are heading in the right direction.
You
see
it.
that.
I see it on the field too,
You
Max.
see it.
But I can't have a guy with mental problems calling plays and making decisions at the end of the fourth quarter.
I just want to see Dan Campbell with a winning record. He hasn't had one yet. We had an opportunity to go 2-1 last week. That would have been the first time his head was above water. Because I want to see how he coaches when he's ahead. We haven't seen that. We've only seen him
saw
coach
it in Washington.
No, I'm
you mean,
talking record-wise. But hey, you guys looking for a free T-shirt this weekend? There's only one place that you can go. JB, you gonna tell them about Big Frog? Who's got Big Frog?
Oh yeah, I'll
tell them,
definitely
JB.
about Big Frog. Even though half of our team isn't available this weekend, you know what is available? A free Woodward Sports T-shirt at Big Frog. That's right, a free Woodward Sports T-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you up one right on the spot. So stop in today at Big Frog in Novi or check them out online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
And we got to give a shout out to our man Sean Jordan with SMA. They do such a great job, and not only are they helping you out if you have a mental or you have any addiction issues, they want to break down the stigma so it's not as hard for people to talk about it. So make sure you go to the SMA or the sportsma.com right now. That is the sportsma.com, and if you know somebody that needs help, send them that direction. We want to break down the stigma so everybody gets the help that they deserve, because you deserve a better life, and SMA is here to give it to you.
They are all unselfish players. I don't know if I've been around such a group of men that, honestly, what we went through last year, and I hate to talk about last year right now, it's made us better this year. We've dealt with that adversity, and these guys truly, to a man, they all just want to win. They don't care how it happens. We could run for 200 yards. We could throw for 400. They don't care. We could score 14 points, and as long as it was 7 points, as long as we win, they're going to be happy. So he's in that boat. They're all in that boat right now, and that's what makes this so much fun to come to work every day.
That was Ben Johnson talking about the Detroit Lions and their mental fortitude going on into the weekend, this weekend against the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody that's on the woodwardsports.com chat right now. We see you guys checking in. Jeff Iafrady also in the chat as well, so we appreciate that. There's some hookah talk going on in the chat. And for the record, I'll outsmoke both y'all, but that's okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. Ben Johnson, next man up mentality. You got to have it. It's the NFL. You know, when Joink was here, all he used to say is, hey, it's 100% injury rate. It's not if, it's when. And when has happened early and often for the Detroit Lions.
Just like the Tigers.
Yeah, he also said Jim Caldwell was a good head coach, so I don't take anything Joink says seriously.
He was a good head coach.
He wasn't gave me that opportunity.
He wasn't a game manager.
I messed up. We tried to talk about this before, that you weren't going to bring up Caldwell. But yet here we are, 43 minutes into the show, and you want to dog the greatest head coach in Lions history in front of me?
I behaved for 42 minutes.
It will not happen on my watch, Adam.
You messed up by bringing up Joy.
50% of the time that man took us to the playoffs. Winningest all-time percentage in regular season games as head coach. Lost a Hall of Fame wide receiver, and the offense got better. Fired at 9-7 because that wasn't good enough for the Detroit Lions. 9-7, and now we would lick someone's you-know-what to get to 9-7, and we ain't even close to sniffing it. When we lost Jim Caldwell, we lost everything that we had built for those years in the early teens, if you want to call them that. And now look, it's taken us this much to get back to it, and we're hoping Dan Campbell can win 7 games this year. 9-7 wasn't enough.
It wasn't. We're not going to do the whole conversation again, so let's move on. What was the question you asked me before I totally
I wouldn't want to do that conversation again if I was you either. God damn Jim Caldwell. God. Players telling you he's the best coach. Players telling you.
What do the players know? The players have as many playoff games under their belt as I do. So
yeah, they got more minutes on the field, though.
He made it to a Super Bowl.
He did?
Yeah.
With the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay. With the Colts.
God, I miss Jim Caldwell.
Listen, Jim Caldwell is a very good coach.
He's a good coach.
He wasn't a great game manager. And you know what? I didn't like how he didn't get on the refs a lot. But he was a good coach. He took you to a certain spot. The rest was up to the players.
That's not how the NFL works, man.
I understand that.
Sean McVay walks into the Rams 10 straight losing seasons.
I'm not
he turns their
comparing him
bitch
to Sean
asses
McVay.
into a fucking Super Bowl contender in 3 years.
Watch your mouth. I got it. I got you. I'm not comparing him to Sean McVay and all the whiz kids of this new NFL. I'm just saying he was a good, old-fashioned, friendly, gentlemanly
he was Mike
football
Tomlin.
coach.
He was our Mike Tomlin.
I'd let him date my daughter. Congratulations.
No, he was our Mike Tomlin.
A goddamn division.
Is Mike Tomlin a bad head coach?
No, God, no.
He's not Mike Tomlin.
He's no Mike Tomlin. He's not even close.
He hasn't had the time Mike Tomlin
What?
had. He didn't get the time Mike Tomlin get to have. That's part of it. If Jim Caldwell,
Mike Tomlin gets the time he has,
Jim Caldwell
because he's a
still our
Super Bowl
coach.
winning coach, because he's a division winning coach, not because I won 9 games. Give me a job. Somebody let me
Mike
keep my
Tomlin
job.
took over the Steelers that were a perennial playoff team. He didn't take over a dumpster fire and then take them to the playoffs 50%
He took over a
of the
team
time.
that was a year removed from the playoffs, 10-6 under Jim Schwartz, which was a really talented team, by the way.
And he made them better, correct?
No, he did the same amount as Jim Schwartz.
No. They had a better record.
Zero
They made
division
it to the
titles,
playoffs 50%
zero
of the
playoff
time.
wins, 0 division titles, 0 playoff wins, 0 anything.
I don't know. I sure miss making the playoffs.
I like Jimmy
do.
Handshake.
I don't know about y'all. But I do miss a winning record. And if that doesn't mean that he's a good coach, I don't know how else to gauge coaches besides wins and losses. I don't.
Well, you got a point there.
I know I do. That's why I repeat it till I'm blue in the face, and I'll have this conversation. God damn it.
Listen to
Adam.
me.
Threw us all off.
Listen.
We were doing a good show.
Listen, Dan Campbell is on his way to becoming a good coach. Now, Adam, I don't know if he believes that, because from what I understand, and let me know if I'm wrong, the last commercial before we went to a spot, you said something about we have a crazy guy calling plays. Is that what you said?
Let me clarify.
No, please clarify.
Mentally
that.
damaged or mentally ill.
Let me
damaged,
clarify. So
I'd like
where
to
I was
understand
going
this.
with that
is
I've seen this football team win a game against Washington. I was impressed. I saw them play good football at times against a better team, in my opinion, with Philadelphia. So I have good things to say after 2 weeks. They were the better football team for 4 quarters against Minnesota.
No doubt.
Except when it mattered the most.
Correct.
And they made all the wrong decisions. And for a guy who went for it on 4th down 6 times and converted more, he had a better conversion percentage on 4th down than the team did on 3rd. And for him to go away from 2 ideologies really pissed me off. First, his aggressive mindset, which I asked before the season, would he continue it when the marbles were on the table? Clearly he hasn't. And second, when do we just accept conventional logic? They got a minute 15. We punt, there's a minute 05. Why don't we just let the game come to us? Make them go win the game. But no, we didn't even try to win the game. We tried to extend it to a 1-possession game, even though it was already a 1-possession game.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there.
Go for it.
If they make that field goal,
nothing changes.
Yes, it does. Minnesota does not go down and score a touchdown.
Okay, if they
you
make
play
that
a
field goal,
completely
who's your
different
kicker?
defense.
Who's your kicker? He weighs more than fucking Neil and Darren combined. We have a fat little midget on the goddamn team kicking field goals, Maz. That's who we trust. Not Justin Tucker, not Matt Prater, not Janikowski, some guy I've never heard of in my life, and we cut Riley Patterson for him, who's now 80% with Jacksonville, hitting 100% from 50 yards.
Listen to me. The reason they kept Seibert over Riley Patterson was the distance of the leg and reaching the end zone. It was supposed to be his strong suit. Obviously, it hasn't worked out yet this year. Yes, the kickers have always been great here in Detroit, except for the last couple of years, which sucks. But the guy should have made the freaking field goal. Put you up 6, you kick off, Minnesota's got to go 75 yards to win the game, and they got to kick an extra point to win it.
Even if I agree.
And their kicker sucks.
What is the risk of not making that field goal from 54 plus worth it to giving them that field position with the time left on the clock with no timeouts?
If you go for it on 4th down, you're giving it to him
I
there
respect
anyway.
going for it on 4th down, which means you win the game, literally, figuratively, you win the football game by going for it and getting it.
But if you don't get it, they still get the ball there.
Yes, but I can respect you trying to win the game, not kicking a field goal to keep it a 1-possession game, Mass.
And
But
if you go for it on 4th down.
You change it. You're not up 3. You can't get a field goal. You must score a touchdown. No matter what decision he made, if it failed, he was going to take crap. That's all.
To me,
and you know what? It wasn't his fault.
To me, he chose the worst of all three decisions.
That's not true.
That is true. That's 100% true.
It's because it didn't work.
No, because logic. Because we can work this out, right? If you miss that field goal, where do they get the ball? They get it 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. If you go for it on 4th down, you miss it. You're still at least gaining 7 yards.
Wow. 7 yards.
I'd take it.
Go 57 yards.
Austin Seibert was 40% from 50 yards before that kick.
He's hardly had
40%, Maz.
He's hardly had a chance.
He had a
at
history
50.
of sucking ass.
Bro.
It wasn't
And not in a good way.
Listen to me. He reached his target. He was wide right. He has the leg. It just went right.
Maz, that was the wrong call.
No,
we all
wasn't.
know it was.
No, it was not the wrong call.
My dead grandmother could have made a better decision. God rest her soul.
No.
If you go back and watch the 2-minute
You had 3
warning,
choices.
Go back and watch.
If you crap out on all 3 choices, you 2 idiots are sitting up here saying
No.
he made the wrong choice.
I would respect him.
Both y'all, listen. If you go back and watch the post game that
Why
Anson
are we
and I
yelling?
do, Anson and I do it. It starts at 2 p.m. or it starts at the 2-minute warning. You will watch me and Anson talking about how that was a bad decision in the moment. This isn't a.
So who makes you guys right?
This isn't a hindsight
I don't care.
opinion. No,
if you had me sit next to you,
this
I would
is
have said
not
no.
a
I would
hindsight
have
opinion, Maz. This is not a hindsight opinion, which you have.
No,
this
it's not true.
This is your hypothetical opinion that, if they would have made it. No, they didn't make it. And in that moment, you can watch me and Anson telling you it was the wrong decision. Not only because he missed it,
but why
because
are you
at
right?
the time. Why am I right? Because of football.
Because it came through. You're right.
Maz, no.
Yes.
Man,
Jack Fox, your guy, your love.
That's who I wanted on the field.
If he kicks it in the end zone,
they get it at the 20, and then they have to cover.
Yeah, you know what you're saying? Oh, he kicked it in the end zone. They only gained 22 yards in that.
I would
that was
take
a terrible
22
move.
yards with 1 minute on the clock and 0 timeouts instead of starting at the 50-yard line when you only need a field goal. That's just logic.
Field goal ties the game. Doesn't lose the game for you.
That's fine. I don't care. You're starting at the 50-yard line. They only need to complete like a 15-yard pass to get in field goal range. That is stupid.
If Seibert did his job,
you keep the pressure
you win the
on
game.
your opponent.
If
you
Seibert
keep the
did
pressure on the opponent.
I'm not going to overyell you.
You keep the pressure on the opponent at all time. You make them make a play.
Okay.
You don't put it on yourself to do something that you know your kicker may be capable of in practice, but definitely not capable of on the road, kicking at an end zone which everyone had missed.
Indoors.
Who cares?
Make the kick.
Make the kick. KJ Osborne's touchdown still loses.
Go 75 yards and try to beat me. You're not gonna. I'm gonna put my 5 guys in the back, and you're not gonna get behind me. This ain't. What's his name? The Minnesota Miracle.
Last season, Minnesota. We did the same thing to Minnesota. They had the lead, and it was like, all right, we're gonna play it back safe.
I know
and
that.
let them come down, and let them come down, and then they ended up paying for it. The point is, Maz, whatever would have happened. Again, what is the coach's identity? He preaches culture,
he rolls the dice.
He rolls the dice.
Yeah.
When it mattered most, 4th and 4, it's only 4 yards. You could have done it. You could have continued. I respect it more if you would have punted and they would have drove 90 yards, you would have been pissed either way. But if you go for it and you miss, you know what? Damn it! At least you tried to win game.
They didn't have to go 90
Caldwell,
yards,
who
bro.
4th and 1 in Dallas territory.
Oh
my God!
Fletch, let's take a break.
If they win 50 yards, they kick a field goal to tie it. You idiot!
Maz, tell about Foley Warehouse, and we'll get back into this conversation when we come back.
I wish I was at the Foley Warehouse right now. Anywhere but here. 2 ways to play this great game. If you get the Hamtramck, tell Chris Hutt I sent you. Not these 2 idiots. I sent you. 2 ways to play. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 10 or 12 of your closest friends or people you hate. It doesn't matter. You get the lane for 2 hours and it runs you $120. That's less than $10 a head. That is a good day. Also, any drink you want. I don't even drink, but I could use one right now. They got multiple full bars. They got over 100 beers to offer. And the mystery, the $2 mystery beer machine. Bring your own food in. Have it delivered. Chris don't mind. There's plenty of room. Sit down. Have a picnic. Enjoy yourself. Get your Fold on. Check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers. And if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Well, I know where these guys are headed to after the show to work out some of this aggression right here, and that's Planet Fitness. It's the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. It's also home to the judgment-free zone where you can work out for just $10 a month. Or do yourself a favor, upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, the hydro massage, and so much more. Join in club today or check them out online at planetfitness.com.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for checking in on woodwardsports.com. We got some brand new articles up. We got brought on a bunch of new writers. This thing's becoming a real damn thing, and we're pumping out the content, not only writing it, but also giving you the videos on all of our social media platforms, plus the live shows daily. And football season's here. Pistons are about to start. Red Wings are about to start. It's a good time in Detroit. The beautiful fall weather. Like, this is my favorite time in Michigan by far.
Hands down.
And it's October. My birthday's coming up next week.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, man.
It's the best month of the year.
Yeah, I believe so, too. I'm a big October fan. You? No? No? What do you like?
I don't like anything.
I hate every month. They're stupid months.
They're all the same.
Adam, when's your birthday month?
January.
January, okay.
What are you?
Same as Ryan.
What about you, man?
I'm February.
February?
The two worst months of the year we're born. January and February.
I like
Hands
Valentine's
down.
Day and stuff, you know.
I know, the weather-wise, it does suck.
All right, so we were talking about Dan Campbell. Mostly we had a big discussion about that decision to kick the field goal.
Where he couldn't win no matter what he did. Could not.
Once again, you can go back and watch me live saying it was a stupid idea. Not in
That's your
retrospect,
opinion.
but in real time. Your opinion is solely based on the
How
outcome.
do you know what I was saying in my car when I pulled over on the freaking side of the road?
What were you saying?
Coming home from Chicago.
Were you saying kick it?
I'm like, make the damn field goal.
Yeah, so you were wrong, not me.
No, I wasn't wrong.
You were the wrong one.
No.
Yeah.
If he would have went for it, I'd be like, okay, great. Make the first down. You didn't make it? Okay, you got to go 60 yards.
My big thing about him not going for it
I just want to die.
is it's just counterintuitive from what he was all game. Like, when it comes time to be Big Daddy Sack and it was time to lay him on the table, it's like going for it on fourth down in the first quarter is cute, but going for it when the game's on the line and you can literally end the game, that's when you need to sack up and do it. But I didn't even want them to go for it. If they were to go for it, I wanted a fake punt with Jack Fox.
What were they saying last year about Brandon Staley in San Diego, L.A. now, the Chargers? They wanted to put that guy out on a rail because of all the times he went for it on fourth down. They killed him. It's the same thing, guys.
Once you're
it's
pot committed, you do it.
No, you have a professional kicker. Make the kick.
Do we?
Yeah, make
I don't
the
know.
kick.
I feel like we picked him up at a Hooters.
Yeah,
but
just because we pay him doesn't make him a professional.
He earned the job in preseason. He earned it.
He lost the job.
I like
last
Riley
week.
Patterson. I did.
I did too.
But he can't kick outside of 50. Yeah, he might have made one this year. One. But he
except
ain't
for the
going to
one he
make
made.
a lot. He's not going to make a lot.
But either way, that resulted in Monday.
They should have paid, what's his name? Chubby Drunk. They should have paid him.
Prater?
Yeah.
No, I love Prater.
They should have paid him.
But Monday it led to a lot of people flip-flopping on their predictions of what the Lions are, will be, and can be in the future. And I thought that was a little unfair to go off of one game, one moment, and say, oh my God, now Dan Campbell's not a good coach. I was all in a week ago, but now I'm questioning everything that this guy does.
I think that's dramatic.
I do. I think so too. But that was the conversation. Even when we were out at Feldman Chevrolet, which we do on Mondays after the game, when we were out there, they were talking. All the employees there were talking about Dan Campbell needs to go. He's not the guy. He's making wrong decisions.
If I can play devil's advocate for them.
Please do, because honestly, you were part of that little bit brigade on Monday.
Not that dramatic. But
no, but I was listening.
Yeah, very frustrated with the decision because, Stick, when are we going to sit up here and talk about that the right decision was made? When are we going to talk about they played the game the way you were supposed to and they walked away with an upset on the road in Minnesota, your first road win? They earned that win.
They did.
The Lions deserved to win that football game. They were the better football team, and they lost. Why? Those decisions. You want to go to the timeout against Philly, the onside against Philly. You want to go last year, the timeout after they had just killed Lamar Jackson. They call a timeout, give him time to collect himself. They go and get the first down. We all know what happens after that. Multiple times, there's always something that just you don't see any other team doing. Now, does that mean Campbell can't work out or he won't develop or grow from it? No, it doesn't. I think that's dramatic. But I don't want to have to come in on a Monday and watch this town's football team outplay, in my opinion, the division favorite.
Easily. They killed them.
And walk away with a loss. That is unacceptable, and it's not on the players. It is on coaching, and that includes Aaron Glenn.
It's on the players, too. It's on everybody. It's a collective, right? Because if they win, we give credit to everybody. If they lose,
that's
we're
the game.
Can we
credit.
say
That's
one
the
thing?
business.
When they lost Tracy Walker, that was a huge loss.
Yeah, but that's the NFL. I mean,
but they managed for most of the game.
I'll never look at injuries and be like, well, we lost the game because of that injury. If you do, then that means you're not doing a good enough job of insulating your team, and that means you're not a good team.
Well,
depth is an issue, right? Depth is something that we need to have. Hey, Matty Miller.
I'm not a fan of the same old line, although I get why people do it. That's not my... I think that's just so lazy.
Yeah, when I heard same old Lions out of people...
But how many times have we seen what happened Sunday, right?
We haven't, though. Like, that's the thing.
Bad decision-making with 2 minutes or less?
Context with it, though. When have we seen a team that we did not expect to be good? Who expected the Lions to be good this year? Like, besides Ryan Ermanni, who said 10 to 12 wins.
I think that's too much. I think a lot of fans, if you would have pulled them, 7, 8, or 9 wins, I think, is the majority, and that's what it is. A good team. It's not really good. And they're still
there, though. That's my point. Like, yes, they screwed this up, but they're still right there.
But
how many games are there's still 15 games left in the season to win 6.
Screw it up.
15 to win 6. Do you think they can go 6 and 9 down the stretch?
That's not the point. But that's not the point.
But at the end of the season,
why do we have to lose because of coaching decisions? Why can't we lose because the team that we thought was better than us is better than you? Why can't we lose because, you know what, they just made one more play than you did, not because you gift wrapped the game, dude.
You're missing my point. People that predicted 7, 8 wins needed to understand that we were going to lose games. Needed to understand that we would blow some potential wins. And that was one of the ones you could chalk up to that. And that's why you can't panic, because if you predicted them to win 7, 8 games, like I said, there's 15 games left to win 6 or 7.
Yeah, but you said context matters, right?
Context does matter.
They were the better team. That is not.
But that's you putting your expectations on them. Hey, they looked better than I thought they would. They should have won. Are they better than 7 wins?
It's not the hindsight version. What it is I watched the football game just like you did. We both took away they were the better football team.
Yeah.
Nobody can take that from the Detroit Lions. And they still lost. And you can't take that away. And the reason is because of coaching. We can lament the defense all we want. Well, what about for 4 quarters when they were doing a hell of a job? How about the way they assigned a safety behind Jeff Okudah to take out Justin Jefferson? I didn't hear anything for 4 quarters. It wasn't until coaching botched you the game. And that's the reality. So, yeah, I don't want to have that conversation about a coach who I think, if I'm honest with you, I want to see him take the Jim Schwartz approach. 3 wins year 1. 6 year 2 for Schwartz, 10 year 3. I want to see Campbell go from 3 to 7 to 11. That's my expectation.
So we still got 15 more games to get 6 wins.
But
we won't even talk about this Minnesota game again.
But he's making the same mistakes, Stick. How am I'm not supposed to talk about it? I'm not supposed to talk about
No, you're supposed to talk about it. You're just not supposed to, get emotionally attached to it.
I'm not. I'm watching you make the same mistakes as last year.
Man, you were like, man, I was so ready to do a great show, and you were
I wasn't
hurt.
able to smoke, You know what?
You were hurt that they lost, right?
I'm frustrated.
And that's because of expectations. And
No.
that's where fans get in
No,
trouble.
it's not
they
an
put
expectation.
expectations.
No, it's the reality.
And then when your heart
They
gets
were the
broken,
better football
when your
team,
little
dude.
feelings get hurt because
No.
week 3 they didn't meet your expectations.
This is why I can't do a show. I'm already losing my voice. I'm not even knowing.
Seibert, we need you on Sunday.
Yeah, we do need you, buddy.
By the way, don't you think Dan Campbell improved last year when he made a decision?
He made a great decision.
Made a decision. I'm going to call the plays. I'm going to call the plays.
Yeah, that was.
Then I'm going to
that
take
was
Ben
leadership.
Johnson, and I'm going to say, oh, this Ben Johnson really knows what the hell he's doing. I'm going to start funneling stuff to him. Okay? And they improved. Yes, he calls a timeout at the wrong time. Last year against Baltimore, this year against Minnesota, when the Vikings were driving and there was under a minute left, he called that timeout when they could have spiked the ball and lost another 10 seconds probably. So he does misuse a timeout, and maybe you could call it, maybe he choked at that moment. But I don't think he'll do it again. I do not.
He has a track record of always doing it because he did it 3 or 4 times last year. He's done it twice this year. A dickhead move to kick an onside for no reason. A timeout before the half you give them and make it a 2-possession game. So then when they come out and score at the second half, now it's a 3-possession game. And you're like, holy crap, and we were just down 7. Now we're down 10. Now we're down 17. Oh, my God.
Okay.
That's why.
All right.
I got a question for both
You
of you
got
guys.
a point.
I got a question for both you guys. And it has to do with the Lions and the expectations and what we're going through with Dan Campbell, because I think there's a guy that's involved in this conversation that we're not talking about that's putting extra pressure on Dan Campbell. Neil and I talked about it earlier in the week. I will bring that up next, but tell them about Les Stanford. Who's got Les Stanford?
Les Stanford. It's
And
no
Dearborn.
secret that I don't have a damn voice, and it's because of the guys I work with. Having said that, there's no secret that the newest cars are hard to come by, but they're available at Les Stanford. You got to make a plan allocation coming in for the new leases and purchases on new vehicles that are coming in. Les Stanford has over 350 pre-owned cars in their lot right now, all makes and models, some with less than 500 miles. For more, visit lesstanford.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta
Uptime.
Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, well, check out Alta Rental. They've got you covered. Call them today at 844-GO, the number 2, Alta. That's 844-GO-2-ALTA.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. This is Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, but I am not Ermanni. That is not Edwards, but we're still with Maz. My name is Stick. That is the fireball, the spitfire, the crazy man, the hookah smoker. Adham Beydoun. We've been having some conversations about the Lions, Jim Caldwell.
Conversations?
Yes. This is what I do with my boys when I'm in the basement drinking and we get into some hard conversations. Like, Adam and I have had these hard conversations off the air. This is not a microphone in our face situation. Like, this is how we discuss sports regardless of who's around. I got a question for you guys. And I think it's a very interesting question, and I think it's important to ask. And I think it's a great question for all Detroit Lions fans, too. Do you think, because Neil brought this up on Tuesday when I was filling in, do you think that because Brad Holmes has done so well with his drafting and supplying players to Dan Campbell that it puts more pressure on Dan Campbell than he would be in at this point if we didn't have better
absolutely.
GM.
Absolutely. You have a great GM. You have a GM who in his first draft got you basically an all-pro tackle. He got you a Pro Bowl level wide receiver. Who knows what his ceiling is yet with St. Brown. You're looking at the second draft. You got a rookie pass rusher, number 2 overall. Everybody thought would go number 1 overall. He fell. Talk about being fortunate. That's nice. Talk about being fortunate with Sewell. Sewell's a top 3 pick in both drafts.
Hell yeah.
No reason he should have fell to 7. Why? 3 quarterbacks, 2 generational wide receivers. One of them was a tight end, and then he had Jalen Waddle. Of course, Miami was picking before you. Anybody else, they take Sewell.
So does that turn up the heat on Dan Campbell?
Yeah, of course it does, but it doesn't put pressure on him. What it does, though, it doesn't take long in the NFL to see talent. Now, in the NBA, it takes you 4, 5, 6 years to become a star player. Now, you can see it early on, but it takes time in the NBA. In the NFL, you can be Micah Parsons, come out and be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate year 1. That's real. Jamar Chase, that's real. That happens every year. And it's happening now in Detroit. You have players coming out of this guy's draft classes who can play the game. Malcolm Rodriguez is a starting linebacker in the NFL. Now, is he a Pro Bowl linebacker? We need to chill out. But he's at least a starting linebacker. That he's getting you players that can play and give you something. I'm sorry. Is it pressure? I wouldn't say pressure. What it changes, though, is fans aren't stupid.
Right.
They see talent.
It changes
and
expectations for Dan.
And when you don't deliver with the talent you have, people call for your head.
He said last year, this is a 3-year project. And Adam hit it on the head. 3 wins last year, 6 or 7, maybe even 8 this year. Next year, 11 wins, win that division, get in the playoffs, win a game. So, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to work. This is the way the NFL is set up. The biggest spread so far in the 4 weeks is this week. Packers by 10. It's the only double-digit spread.
Yeah, it's supposed
so
to be
far.
parity.
And it is parity. Every week you have a 1-score game in 8 games. The NFL, they've got it down to a science. The only team that never took advantage of it was our Detroit Lions. Now, they have to take advantage of it. Otherwise, he'll be out of a job next year.
But they said it was a 3-year rebuild, and that was under the assumption that you would have your typical draft classes. We've had 2 exceptional draft classes, pulling 2 to 3 to 4
Well, you missed
starters.
on a 2nd-round pick this year.
That's
We'll see.
You don't know if you've missed yet.
We'll see. Right now, he's not even ghost.
He hasn't played.
He doesn't exist.
It's an incomplete, right?
Okay.
It's an incomplete. We can call
So
it
let's
that.
not say
it's not a
A+.
fail. It's not a pass. It's an
Okay.
incomplete at this point.
There you go.
I'm comfortable calling it that. But even with that being said, first rounder, number 1 pick that we took, Aiden Hutchinson, looks pretty damn good.
Yep.
Jamison Williams, yet to see, but all indications point with the success of
Correct.
the other wide receivers that he will be a serviceable player in the NFL. Not jumping over the cliff, calling him, the next Randy Moss, but he will be a serviceable wide receiver. Then you get a Malcolm Rodriguez. You mix in Joseph. Those are 4 viable starters we got out of 1 draft. Does that expedite how fast Dan Campbell should get to winning with this football team?
He has to win next year.
But that's the 3-year plan without understanding that we've done better in the draft. I think because we've done better, that 3-year plan maybe turns into a 2.5-year plan, 2.25-year plan.
Here's the problem, right? We can be logical and say it's 3 years,
Thank
right?
you.
Let's say we all agree. But that's not what the NFL is. The NFL is, I can take a 3-13 Jacksonville Jaguars football team, 3-14. I can hire Doug Peterson, and I'm going to win the division this year. That's the NFL. Now, granted, I'm not saying what Brad Holmes took over was easy. But boy, he made some really damn good decisions year 1. The team, nobody can argue that this Lions football team isn't better than what you thought it was.
Well, and let's not just focus on draft picks, too. What Brad Holmes has done with the salary cap is something damn special as well. We're sitting, what, $50 million? We're going to have $70 million next year?
Not that it matters, because the salary cap is nothing.
Well,
it's absolutely nothing.
It is for us.
Not really.
We need to be able to spend money on
Teams circumvent the salary cap all the time.
once they get the player signed, but you have to have them signed first. Then you can restructure the hell out of it, right?
I'm not a fan of saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you 3 years when, let's be honest, I can't just close my eyes and fast forward. I have to watch you. And you know what Dan Campbell is right now? A year and what? Let's call it a year and a quarter in?
Yeah.
He's a 4-win football coach.
Yep.
That's what he is. And again, we can all point out the positives. We can point out the leadership move he made last year. We can talk about how competitive his team looks this year. Cool. They're 1-2. He has less wins through this amount of games than Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
And he is miles exponentially better than this guy. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, the NFL is about winning and losing. Brad Holmes is doing his job. Dan needs to do his.
We knew last week that's a big blown loss. Big blown loss. This team right now at 2-1 is looking at this week and they're saying, man, we're playing with house money. Yeah, sure, we're going to sit down St. Brown and Swift. And us Lion fans are going to be like, that's fine with us. We're 2-1. Now it's 1-2. You got to win this week if you want to continue to be in the playoff hunt. And I think they could be in the playoff hunt if they get healthy.
Yeah, this is a must-win for the relevance of the season. You go 1-3, and unfortunately the fringe Dan Campbell conversations that we're having right now are going to turn into serious Dan Campbell conversations.
Then you're on the road. My expectation is, forget the wins. December 24th, December 25th, I want to be able to watch TV. And I want to see the NFC playoff picture come up.
Yeah.
And I want to see them in the little section they call in the hunt.
Yeah, of course.
If they're there, there's progress. Then next year we can talk about competing for the division.
I'm with you.
But I'm sorry. At the same time, I see people turn it around in a year, two at the most. I just don't want built-in excuses because it's there. I see the talent on offense. They're the most prolific offense in the NFL through 3 games.
Now take those 2 players out. What do you think of the offense now?
Limited.
Okay.
Very limited.
Well, I just want us to look good, Adam.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, I looked like hell yesterday. Thank God I went to Lady Jane's and got my haircut taken care of. Oh, my goodness. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week, walk-in anytime. They're awesome stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. Oh, man. Precision haircuts. Hot leather neck shaves. You name it. They'll line up your beard. They'll take care of it. My goodness. You can also, by the way, by getting a haircut at Lady Jane's, register to win the car of your dreams from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. No appointment necessary. I'm losing my breath. Walk in anytime.
It's wicked awesome.
It's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Odds Trader, the bet station for your best bet. It's pretty awesome. You go to oddstrader.com right now, and what they do is they take all the books from all around the world and they give you the very best lines. So you want to shave maybe a half a point here? You see this book's got a better one? You take that one, save yourself that half a point, and Odds Trader gives you that luxury. They do all the hard work. All you got to do is go to the website so you can bet smarter. Odds Trader, the bet station for your best bets. Friday, baby.
I know.
Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni. That is Adham Beydoun, filling in for Braylon Edwards. Tom Mazaway is here in the big chair. We have JB handling the sound and the beats. And then we have Fletch over there sneezing up in the booth. Is there like are you allergic to cats or something? Are you allergic to something today in that booth?
Something.
He's allergic to Braylon not showing up to the show.
Hey, some guys tell me I don't sit up in my chair. I'm sitting up.
Who is that, Matt Patricia?
I don't know.
Matt Patricia in the chat. Sit up when you're talking to me,
Matt
man.
Patricia. Aren't I sitting up?
Where's your pillow? You're normally propped up on a pillow.
I have a pillow behind my back. No, I don't sit on a pillow. Maybe I should.
Maybe you should. We'll get you a booster seat, man.
Thank you.
Okay? We'll get you a nice little booster.
You know, you got those, the ones maybe at Lady Jane's when kids come in.
There's a nice booster right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll sit right on that.
And you tell me I'm bad?
I'm talking about the booster.
You are never allowed.
I'm talking about the booster.
You are never allowed.
What are you talking about?
To criticize anything I ever say. Ever.
What are you talking about? I'm
You
talking
know
about
damn
a booster.
well what I'm talking
I'm talking about a
about.
booster chair. I'm talking about a booster. You ever sit in those fire engines at a barbershop? I'll sit in the fire engine.
We all know what's behind you. Stop it.
I don't see behind me. I What do you think? I got two-way glasses here? I got nothing.
The visual of Maz sitting on that, though. Like, can we marinate on that for a second?
I'm proud of him.
All right, welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We've been talking about a lot of Lions, NFL. We're going to cover all the games coming up for the weekend near the end of the show. We got about 40 minutes left today. Thank you guys for being a part of the chat on woodwardsports.com. We appreciate you. You entertain us, hopefully, as much as we entertain you. So thank you guys so much. Baseball, we really haven't been able to talk about.
Ooh, I love talking baseball.
Because the Tigers suck. We know that.
Hey! They won yesterday. Guess what?
6 in a row.
No.
8-1.
They're not going to lose 100.
Yep, they're not going to lose 100.
They locked it up.
Wow.
They can only possibly lose 99.
Man, when I woke up today and I knew that news was true, I felt like, man, this team's really on to something now.
Who's our new GM? Our new president?
Sky Harris.
He's 8-1.
He's 8-1.
8-1.
That does go on his record, which is hilarious.
Well, look, it's important.
Tigers clinch not being 100. What a horrible
Is that
headline.
awesome?
Tigers don't suck as bad as we thought they were going to suck, but they suck.
Let's just all be thankful, right? There's good things happening in this world. One of them is Al Avila is no longer the GM of the Tigers, and that's very important. So God bless. But yeah, look, Aaron Judge, Maz, he's 1 home run away from breaking Roger Maris's record.
They're playing against Baltimore tonight. He's got 8 home runs this year.
Yep.
Against Baltimore.
He's going to crush them, and it's going to happen in this series. It will happen.
Back home.
My bold take, whatever you want to call it, the conversation I want to have with all of you and everybody in the chat. We all remember Miggy's Triple Crown year, right?
Of course. That was amazing.
Man. Special.
They have the chair still at Comerica. You could sit in there. It's his royalty chair.
And if Aaron Judge, who's .001 behind the current leader in the AL for batting average, if he wins the batting title, if he wins the Triple Crown while breaking Roger Maris's record, I think we have to have an honest conversation about it being way more impressive than Miggy's Triple Crown year.
What? Just because of the home run numbers?
I mean, that is a significant difference. Miggy hit 44 in his Triple Crown year.
It had been 60 or 50 years.
47 years.
47 years before Miggy did it.
Now, let me say this.
To me, that makes it, the distance, the time in between makes it more impressive for Miggy because I've seen this. I never saw it before Miggy.
I think it's impressive that we're not even 10 years removed, and Aaron Judge is doing it.
How many home runs did Miggy have?
44.
And he hit him most of them in Comerica National Park. That's a lot.
And what was Judge's projected if he played?
Like 40.
48, I think.
Yeah, 48.
So there we go. That's very
Comerica
similar.
is very hard to hit home. They're going to move, by the way, move the freaking fences.
I understand. I'm not taking away from Miggy, by the way. It is the greatest thing I've ever watched in my life. Having said that, though, to accomplish the home run record, I don't care what ballpark you play in. And by the way, he is an AL batter. That is impressive. In the NL, we see it all the time. In the AL, it is historic. He's the only 60 home run hitter in the AL ever outside of Maris.
Yep.
It's for a reason.
Isn't it something 61?
61.
61 years ago. I mean, the numbers, the romanticized number of 61 and then 62 with the asterisk next to it. 61 with the asterisk next to it.
Tough not to get romantic about baseball.
It's so damn good. And then last night, after the game, I'm flipping channels, and I get Shohei Ohtani in the 7th inning, gets into the 8th inning. He's got a no-hitter. He's got 2 outs in the 8th inning. And a guy hits a ball to the shortstop. Could have played it. Could have been a tough play. Should have been. But the son of a gun, he's unbelievable. He is a unicorn. He is almost. He could have had his first no-hitter. Oh, by the way, can you read his numbers? They're unbelievable. He has a 14-game hit streak. During the 14-game hit streak, read that if you can.
Shohei Ohtani is hitting .365 during his current 14-game hitting streak. He's also 3-0 with a .90 ERA during that span.
He's unbelievable.
And that's the crazy part. Judge may get a Triple Crown with the home run record and tying the 61, but Ohtani should get MVP.
No. MVP is Judge.
No,
because
MVP is Ohtani.
Hold on, man. Then here's what they have to do. They have to change the name of the award. MVP, most valuable player.
Pretty valuable to have a guy that hits home runs and pitches.
They're last place.
That doesn't mean he's not valuable.
They're still in last without him. Take Judge off the Yankees.
If you guys don't mind,
and the
I
Yankees
have
aren't in
something
the
for
playoffs.
that. I do have something for that.
He's the GOAT.
Switch the
Shohei's the
players. Okay, we can play your game. Now play mine. Put Shohei on the Yankees.
Okay.
Are they better?
Yeah, he's MVP.
And put Judge. They're still in last place.
Well, no.
Yeah, then he don't get
You
MVP.
can't judge a team. It's an individual award, not a team award.
Well, most valuable player to me means it's a team award. He's most valuable of the
Player,
team.
singular.
Yeah, most valuable player.
Singular.
I think the problem we have here, Shohei Ohtani, the case he can make is because his WAR is 9.8. Judge's is 10.4. And Judge has how many more wins under his belt? Ohtani is 15-8, a 2.35 ERA. I don't know how to describe Shohei Ohtani. It is unbelievable. I just don't know. I don't know how to vote. I don't know how I would vote.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime guy.
Yes, but the problem is, once in a lifetime, LeBron was once in a generation. How many times did we give him MVP? He probably should have been an MVP 5, 6, 7, 8 times, but we didn't.
That's a popularity
I
contest in the NBA.
understand, but now we look at baseball. Aaron Judge is about to set a record.
Yes,
in my
he's
opinion,
MVP.
I think that alone gives him the award.
He leads every hitting category. And now I didn't realize he dropped behind Luis Arez of the Twins in average. Did
I
he
think they're
officially?
tied. I think they're tied.
I pray that he could win that. I'll
I
knock
hope he
that
doesn't.
stinking guy right off his...
I hope he doesn't.
It don't matter then. You know what? Then he leads every single category, and he lost by .0001.
That's fine. Second place is the first loser.
Oh, be quiet. Every hitting category, Stick? Why you gotta bust my balls?
No, I'll bust his ball. I want Miggy to own this. That's why. Miggy's my guy. Judge is a Yankee. You're a Yankees guy. I don't give a damn about anything in pinstripes. Never have, never will.
I don't understand the narrative
Love you.
that
Hate the Yankees.
Judge's season is, in my opinion, just as, if not more impressive than Miggy's. Look at the hits.
Oh, it's better.
I understand.
Like you said, it's better.
Home
Because he
runs are-
leads
Miggy
everything.
just did it. Miggy did it when nobody else had done it in a damn near half a century.
And you know what? The truth
That's
is,
impressive.
Aaron Judge is doing it in a more difficult era in terms of pitching velocity and break on balls.
Miggy did it in a harder ballpark.
Listen, Rogelio Castillo. That's our guy.
Yeah, Raj. Let's let Raj weigh in on this.
Weigh in on this. Get on the freaking talk like you're doing and tell us who's the MVP.
Send Raj a VMix code. So we
He
can
knows
put it
he's
on
already
this.
on.
Either way, it's a good discussion, and it's fun that there's actually good baseball discussions to be had because I think we're all baseball guys in here.
You know what else is
and
good? It's
tough.
Mets Braves this weekend. Mets are up 1.
You know what kills me about this conversation, by the way? I think you have to really take a step back. Forget Ohtani for a second. 62, whatever it ends up being at the end of the year. That is, I may never see that in my lifetime. But I also have to remember and do the same for Ohtani.
Yeah.
I can't undermine him just because I've seen him do it before. He now has almost double the wins he had last year pitching. His ERA is better. Strikeout per 9 innings is everything is better. And he's about to go for 40 home runs and 100 RBIs this year. What do I do?
How about
I don't want to vote for either. I
Give
want
it
to give them
both to
both the
them.
award.
I wouldn't mind. I wish they could share it. That's because this season for the two of them is perfection. Give it to both of them. Give it to both of them. That's my take.
Yeah. There you go.
Split the damn
Split
thing.
the MVP. Most valuable
They both
player.
deserve it.
I just think though, if you told me, Adam, you have to place a first and a second place vote.
Oh,
If Judge wins the Triple Crown and breaks that record, he gets my vote. If he doesn't win the Triple Crown, I have to have an honest conversation. Even if it is, you're right.
Yeah.
But even if that's the case, I have a guy that's doing
I know.
something we've never seen before.
I love Shohei
It's
Ohtani.
insane.
It's awesome to see, and I'm sad that he's not in the playoffs.
But he can win the Cy Young Award, though, right? So you can
He
give him the
won't.
Cy Young. And
He
just
won't.
That's the dumbest
He
thing
won't.
ever. He deserves more than a Cy Young. He's doing things we have never seen
But
in
so
our
is
lifetimes.
So is Judge.
I've seen a Triple Crown in my lifetime.
Okay,
I've
but have you
seen it.
seen a Triple Crown leader break the AL record for home runs in a single
and
season.
lead in every category.
I think what
Mickey did
Ohtani's
not.
doing is way more impressive.
It is great.
It's
I
way
can't
more,
argue with you.
It's a great conversation.
Yeah.
I love that we can have it. I love that baseball is actually
Yeah.
relevant in some aspects.
Isn't it a shame that we haven't had baseball here in 8 years?
It's
8
a damn shame.
years.
You know what's a
Thank you,
damn
fat
shame?
ass.
That I'm this pale and Chili Peppers Tanning is one of our sponsors. I got to get to one of them right
You
here
do.
on Woodward.
That's right.
pale as hell,
27
dude.
locations, 2 here on Woodward. Run right down the block here from our beautiful Birmingham studios at Lady Jane's. Chili Peppers Tanning. You got to get there. They are your vitamin D headquarters. And if you join the Pepper Club, they'll save you $5 on unlimited tanning. They'll beat any competitor by $5. You get the cleanest salons in the D, the best deals, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters, ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, make sure you join Woodward Sports for Lions Day at the Brass Rail.
Yeah, baby.
All Lions home games. We are there. Our street team is there. Pre-game check-ins live from the Cuervo Zone.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Cuervo Zone. Make sure you stay and watch the game. Watch the game with us. And then at the 2-minute warning, what happens, Stick?
We go live at the 2-minute warning. Anson, myself, Spedmo Rax, and we go over the game. And when they win, people flood the brass rail. We pop champagne. When they lose, people flood the brass rail, and I drink more shots.
And pizza.
Oh, and lots of good pizza.
Great pizza at the Brass Rail. Home games for the Lions. Every one of them at the Brass Rail. Come and see us before, during, and after the game. We'll see you Sunday. And Adam and I will be here with Jeff Iafrate.
Oh, you're gonna do the pregame show this week?
Heck yeah! I just been out of town.
All right,
I'll be here, man.
We gotta teach you how to TD, Maz.
Okay, teach me.
Don't do that. TD the show.
Can't copy and paste like on his computer. You think that we're gonna
There's no chance of me learning.
You guys are awful. By the way, context. Mickey's Triple Crown season. He had a 7.6 wins above replacement score. Ohtani 9.8 this season. Aaron Judge 10.4. Significant difference.
What is wins above replacement? What does that mean?
It is essentially the stat we define most in baseball with a player's value to a specific team.
What does it mean? How do you get your WAR?
It means basically if Judge wasn't on the team, they'd win 10 less games.
But what stats do they use for this?
All of it. Batting average, OPS, slugging. They use everything.
It's just numbers, bro.
Analytics, man.
Oh, yeah.
Analytics.
Okay.
It's the new number.
You still want to sit on that behind you?
I'm sorry?
You still want to sit on that behind you?
I don't know what's behind me. I can't see behind me.
You probably want to turn around.
No, I'm not turning
I
around.
don't think you really want to.
Then I'm good.
The dudes at Lady Jane's are like, what is going on?
I'm good.
Maz, I'm telling you, it's worth a sight. Oh, you can
my.
see it.
He sees it in the screen.
What the hell's going on? Oh, God.
Planet Fitness.
Is that the heavyweights?
Hey, you need to go to Planet Fitness.
No
Where
kidding.
Spence's fitness is essential. Maz, you want to run the show on this? Let's do around the NFL.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
do this. Then we'll get into our Lions predictions because we only got about 27 minutes left in the show. Adam,
we got you.
Absolute trooper for hanging in today,
Thanks,
doing
Adam.
morning show double duty with this and putting up with my dumbass. Let's do it, Maz. Let's go
Let's
around
do
the
it.
NFL. JB, hit us with some upbeat music.
All right. Let's start with a guy that we should be talking about this guy. When he left Kansas City, we're like, yeah, he doesn't have Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about Tyreek Hill. Put up the stat, and please, if you could squint your eyes to read that to the people.
To the people. Tyreek Hill is the first player with multiple 10-catch, 150-yard receiving games in his first 4 games of a season since himself last year.
He broke his own record.
He broke his own record. Hill is the only player in NFL history to do this in multiple seasons, let alone consecutive ones, and then I'm only going to go out on a limb and say for different teams, too.
Isn't that amazing? Now, I know Braylon is a huge Tyreek fan. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, big time.
How do you not
love Tyreek Hill? I'm a fantasy football owner of
yeah,
this,
I
so
know.
I'm biased.
You know who I had last night was the other guy.
I got screwed.
Jalen Waddle.
Oh, I got screwed last night.
Him.
I got hardcore screwed last night in fantasy football. I had Joe Mixon going up against T. Higgins and their kicker.
Oh, boy.
And every time Joe Mixon didn't score from inside the 1 yard line,
got it.
It's a 10-point swing every time. So, yeah, I got screwed last night.
Congrats to Tyreek Hill. That is a hell of a record. And see if Miami can keep it up now without Tua. Because, by the way, with Tua being out and Teddy Bridgewater in the captaincy,
they'll be fine.
That ain't a bad backup.
No, they'll be fine. Bridgewater was a legitimate quarterback before he got stabbed in the chest by his doctor.
Yeah.
No, that was Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, my bad.
And that's why Anthony Lynn deserved to get fired. Nobody knew about Justin Herbert until it took a doctor to shank the starting quarterback so we could all see Justin Herbert
right
play.
in the lung.
That's a fact.
Here's a shot in the lung for you. Try to breathe it now.
He's suing him, by the way.
I went too. That's a career-ending shot in the lung. That's malpractice, son.
Last night you had Burrow against Tua. Let's put up the great quarterback matchups for this weekend. Check these matchups out. Last night, well, it didn't turn out the way we had planned for Tua, but look at those other games. That's some pretty good matchups.
We're reaching here. Who put this list together? The only good one is Lamar and Allen. I don't think Mahomes Brady. Nobody cares to watch it.
Of course Mahomes Brady is good.
Looks like me playing quarterback right now.
He hasn't had anyone to throw to.
They were on the cover of Madden together last year.
You don't like those matchups?
No, I like Allen Jackson. I like Lawrence Hurts is interesting because they're both young, up and coming, just like Allen and Jackson. The middle two I'm down with. The other two, I'm not paying attention to.
That's fine. You be that way. And then, who goes out? Any of you guys rock climbers at all?
No, God, no. Okay,
well,
Fletches.
Former Cowboy tight end, Gavin Escobar. I remember this guy playing just a few years ago.
He died? Let me guess.
Yeah, he died in a rock climbing accident.
Well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Rest in peace to the former Cowboy tight end, man. Way too young. And jeez, man. What a way to go.
Let's get into some picks, man. Can we do that?
Of course we can.
Let's go.
That's why I got him on here.
Let's go.
I picked these we picked these yesterday with the boys, but I put them up here for you guys. So I want to get your opinion on these here games. Are you ready?
How do we pick them? By the points or?
Points. Everything is points. I will give it to you. First game, Seahawks, Lions. Right now it's 4.5. Lions are favored. Stick, you're up.
I'm taking the Lions with the points.
That means you give it 4.5.
I'm okay with that. I think they're going to win by at least 7 in my book.
Oh,
how about you, Adam?
Right now, as of 10 minutes ago, it did drop to 3.5.
3.5, okay.
You're giving me. I'll still take 3.5. Give me the Seahawks.
I am taking it as well. I took it yesterday at 4.5. I'll take it today.
I think this is a 24, 23, 27, 26 kind of football.
It could be 1 to 3 points.
It's a coming out party, man. They
don't have anybody.
This is the game the Lions put their foot on someone's throat for the first time in 3 years.
I'm so happy I don't have to do a show Monday with you.
Oh, I know, because I'm going to come in here. Pow, 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 they did it. Told y'all TJ Hockenson, 2 touchdowns. Told y'all they beat that ass. Told y'all Geno Smith is trash.
Okay, we'll get to game predictions later, but yeah, okay.
All right, Bears at the Giants. 2-1 teams here. Both of them 2-1 teams. Giants a 3-point home favorite. Adam, you're up first.
I'd rather die than ever give anything to the Bears. Giants 3 points. Give me it.
I'm taking the Bears.
Okay.
How dare you?
I know, I hate it, but Giants are fool's gold, man. They should not be 2-1.
The Bears are fool's gold. They should not be 2-1 either. The Giants at least have won against good teams.
Yeah, I just don't trust the Giants at all.
I really don't.
The way Khalil Herbert actually showed up last week, the Bears actually have a weapon now.
A weapon.
Who do the Giants have? Who's their weapon?
Saquon Barkley.
Okay, besides that.
They have a pretty damn good defense.
They don't have any wide receivers. You're going to tell me Kenny Galladay is going to blow the lid off the defense?
Not really, but I'll take the Giants in the points.
Hey, Justin Fields, he has the lowest percentage for a 2-1 team. Lowest completion percentage in NFL history.
Not surprised. They don't throw the ball with him because he can't throw. They didn't invest in wide receivers.
33 receptions as a team the Bears have. What
Oh,
happened to Mooney?
Saquon breaks the NFL
Well, they
record
also
for
played
rushing
in that
yards.
damn rain game where I think he threw like 8 passes. So that it's only 3 games. That kind of stems the numbers a little bit. But yeah, come on, throw the ball at Cole Kmet for my fantasy team.
What'd you say about Saquon there, Adam?
He's going to go for an NFL record this weekend.
Against the Bears?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take that. I got him on 2 teams. All right, next up, the Vikings and the Saints in London. The Vikings, of course, they got away with murder last week.
London game start this week?
London, 9:30
9
kick on
a.m.
NFL Network. Saints are getting 3 at home because they are the home team here. And they get the red rifle. Andy Dalton as their starting quarterback. Stick, you're up.
Vikings. Vikings are going to dominate this game. The Saints are not good. Chris Olave, I'm hoping maybe get some receptions. Andy Dalton, hope he can throw the ball past 6 yards down the field, but I don't see that happening. The Red Rocket has been dead for a while. So, yeah, Vikings are going to be pissed off of last week because they embarrassed themselves a little bit against the Lions, too. They know that they got lucky to win that game.
Vikings win this game. They cover. They win easily. Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook healthy. He'll be playing. I'm not worried about the Vikings.
I'll take the Vikes as well. Here's the game of the weekend. The Buffalo Bills coming off a tough loss to the Dolphins at the Ravens, who beat up the Patriots last week. Ravens getting 3 at home, man. That's Adams first.
It's Adams first? Go ahead, Adam. Because this one's tough. I need time to think.
All right. Look, the reality is, as much as I like Baltimore, their secondary scares the hell out of me.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen.
Gabe Davis.
It should be a field day for the Bills, but I have a philosophy when I bet. Home team, if you give me points, if you give me a plus money line, I'm taking the home team. If I think they're a good team, I think the Ravens are good. Buffalo loses. Give me the points with Baltimore.
You know there were 6 home underdogs last week?
Yep.
You would have lost if you bet them all.
Yep.
Okay, so you taking the Ravens?
I'm taking the Ravens.
Go ahead, Stick.
Bills. I think they're going to be pissed off after that Dolphins loss, and they are. To me, they're the best team in the NFL.
They are.
I'm taking the Bills.
Me too. I'm taking the Bills to lay the lumber, even though I have the Ravens as my dark horse Super Bowl team.
I do love the Ravens.
Tough to bet against them. I love John Harbaugh.
The Ravens are my secondary team, right? I got the Lions and I got the Ravens. Those are my guys.
All right, you got the Broncos at the winless Raiders. Raiders are given 2.5 at home.
Give me the Raiders.
You like the Raiders for their first win?
The first win for Josh McDaniel as a Raider. I think the offense clicks. Devontae Adams has a breakout game. No doubts. They almost came back against Tennessee last week. Denver, I'm not sure where the offense is coming from right now. It'll be a close game. But I think the Raiders, the Raiders will cover 27-24.
They played 3 close games so far.
Yep.
I'm taking the Raiders. They should not be 0-3. They were one of my sleeper teams coming into this year. You add Devontae Adams to that offense. I literally thought they were going to take a step forward and perhaps contend for that division championship. Probably not going to happen with how they start. They still might. And I'm also a big fan of watching the Denver Broncos go down in flames, trying to make crazy moves, giving up their entire future for a 97-year-old quarterback named Russell Wilson.
Well, you know, they had Nathaniel Hackett. He hired a helper this week. Did you hear that, Adam? Nathaniel Hackett, who is the head coach of the Broncos, hired
that's like
assistant
hiring
to
a
help
dude to
him.
help you get your dick up in bed. I don't
saying,
understand it.
They might have made a mistake hiring the Green Bay quarterback coach. The only reason they did it is to try to get
there's
Aaron
2
Rodgers,
situations
and it
I'm not
didn't work.
confident in. Matt Eberflus in Chicago and Nathaniel Hackett right now. Not on my good list.
Give me the Raiders as well. Here's the big spread of so far of the whole year. Packers at home, giving 10 to Matt Patricia and the Patriots. Stick you first.
Packers. Romeo Doubs. They found out they got a wide receiver in Green Bay now. So that's tough. Going into the season, the Packers were like, all right, they're going to have a run game, and Aaron Rodgers has nobody to throw it to. Now that he has a weapon, it's scary. They may be the real Packers again. I'm taking the Packers.
Adam?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers. Give me the 10 points. I hate it.
I know.
Double digits, but
I
my
hate
God.
saying that.
Well, you guys know how I feel about the Pack. I like the Pack.
Yeah, I know
love
Mac
Aaron
Jones.
Rodgers.
I don't like New England at all in this game.
I'm taking New England in the points, though. I think they keep it close. And we got one more here. We got the night game. The Chiefs at Tampa Bay. Buccaneers favored by 1 point. Actually, Buccaneers getting 1.5 points at home. Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Chiefs. Chiefs going to win. Easy. I think it's an easy game. I don't even
This
think
will
it
be
comes
the
close.
blowout of the weekend.
Yeah.
Chiefs 42, Bucks 17.
I'm with you. I like the Chiefs. I don't like them that big, but I do like them to cover.
Yeah.
There you go, fellas.
Thank you, Maz. Tell about Cintron. That's me. I'll tell you about Cintron. Sorry, it's not on the prep. But Cintron, right here. You can get your specialty edition Red Wings package right now. Go to CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. The season is about to start. They already played a preseason game this week. And man, oh man, I cannot wait to sit down and watch some hockey. And what would make it better? An ice-cold, sparkling energy drink called Cintron. So order yours today. CintronWorld.com/Red Wings.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Man, we were playing some really good football early. Some really good football. Issue was, man, our ability to finish, our ability to execute during crunch time.
Yeah, welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat right now on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you check out some of those new articles that we got up for you as well. And go to the shop, too. We got some nice designs up there. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is Adham Beydoun, filling in for Braylon Edwards. Tom Mazaway on the couch as always. JB in the sound booth. Adam Morency, one of my favorite human beings on the planet, is in the building as well. He's also in the chat and number one in our hearts. And then we also have Fletch here, too. Lions talk. Game predictions. Prognostications. What do you guys think is going to happen this Sunday? Adam, I'll start with you. What are you looking for this Sunday? And let's start on the offensive side of the ball for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm looking for Mr. Tight End University to, I don't know, do something. It's been like 45 games. It'd be nice. Yeah, I'm looking for TJ Hockenson to step up in a primary role and really deliver for this football team.
What would be a successful game in your eyes for Hockenson?
I would say 7 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay.
I think he has to be your red zone threat. Chark, expect maybe him to get... Long story short, guys, if he's converting for you on third down, if he's getting a few third down receptions, he's beating teams downfield underneath, I can live with it. But he's done nothing as of now. You're really looking at Hockenson to be the number one option, maybe number 2, depends where you want to put Chark on that list.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the show when we were going back and forth about TJ Hockenson, his value for the team and what he is right now. And I'm with you. This needs to be the Hockenson show. This needs to be where he shows that he is a dominant tight end, that he is a go-to weapon, and that when everything else around him is crumbling, we can turn to the guy we spent a first-round draft pick on, who claims to be a top 5 tight end, that he's the man that we can go to. And I think he is. And I think he is all of that, and I think he will deliver on Sunday. I'm with you. I expect him to have over 100 yards, at least 10 targets. I don't know about catches. Targets, he's got to have at least 10 targets. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had more than 1 touchdown.
I hope you guys are right. I'm looking for him to do something as well. I just want Jared Goff stay in the clean pocket that he's been in, continue to do what he's been doing. Don't underthrow Chark, and try to hit him in stride. And I'm looking for something from the running game. And why do I always forget the guy that I love?
Craig Reynolds?
Craig Reynolds. Thank you. He got 100 yards last year in a game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Let's let Craig Reynolds do his thing. I know he's not DeAndre Swift, but I think he's an upgrade from Jamal Williams when it comes to just running. Jamal Williams is a running in between the tackles kind of guy, up the middle. This guy could get outside and have something and do something. I like that kid. I hope he does well. Hockenson, we already said, over 44 yards. We're all betting it. We're all betting on you, TJ. Show us what you got. And the offensive line, keep that quarterback clean. He's been clean all year, and he's been doing terrific. And the quarterback has not been the issue.
And that's the offensive side of the ball. That's been our least of our worries, right, this year for the Lions. Even though they're down 2 very big parts, I think we're all pretty confident that the offense is still going to put up points against Seattle, right?
I hope so.
Offense isn't the problem. Defense is going to be a problem.
And that's where I was going with
But
it.
the offense might be a problem without
I
your
don't
2
think
best
so.
players.
I think they'll find a way to compensate.
What do you expect out of the Detroit Lions defense this week against not a very good Seattle Seahawks offense, but DK Metcalf. So they have DK Metcalf.
You got Tyler Lockett.
We had Megatron and we sucked.
You got Tyler Lockett, too.
Yeah.
Look, the reality is Seattle can move the ball up and down the field. They did it against Atlanta. I would compare our defense right now, talent-wise, to Atlanta's. They're going to be able to move the ball. What they're going to do with DK and Lockett, I'm not sure. Safety help, going to be non-existent. You're not going to have Tracy Walker in the game. He's done for the season. Okuda is someone you're going to have to look at and say, just follow him. Figure it out. Guard him, whether it's Lockett or DK. I think the more important receiver to take out of the game is DK Metcalf. But we can't ignore Tyler Lockett can beat you anytime he wants, down the field, underneath. He's more of a versatile threat where DK, it's kind of a slant, it's a dig, and it's a streak, and that's about it.
Rashad Penny's not a bad player
Well,
either.
you're giving up over 5 yards a game. You can't let Rashad Penny go for 130.
Penny whooped our ass last time we played, too. What do you have, like a $150
DK
and 2
had 3
touchdowns?
touchdowns and like 190 yards.
K9's there, too. Maybe K9 has a breakout.
First K9 sighting. But do you think the defense is going to hold up this week? That's the question.
The question is if the Lions can run the ball, yes, I do think the defense can stay in the game.
Okay.
If the Lions can control the clock like they did against Minnesota, 34-26 in terms of time of possession, yeah, I do think they have a chance. But I'm really relying on the offense here. You guys want my game prediction? I'm going 27-26. Lions pull it off by the skin of their teeth, man.
Lions defense, the only way they're going to step up is if they get the quarterback. Look what they did against Carson Wentz. That was Aiden Hutchinson and that line. It got to him. Malcolm Rodriguez got to him. Last week, clean pocket for Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins ain't Jalen Hurts, but they didn't touch him. And I know Hutchinson was hurt, got the thigh, got the Charlie horse, whatever you want to call it. If he's back to 80%, the defense could do well. Geno Smith, not going to get out of the pocket too much. If you can keep him in the pocket especially, you got a chance to beat this team.
Yeah, I think so too. So let's get some final score predictions out of these guys. And JB, I want a final score prediction out of you too. Maz, what is your final score prediction for Sunday?
I got Lions 28, Seahawks 27.
Ooh.
Just like with Ryan, with Adam picked.
Is it gonna?
I got a 1 to 3 point game.
Is it going to be a last second field goal? Is it going to be a last second game, or is it going to be like
they're going to hang on this time?
Okay, they're going to get up to a lead and hang on.
Hang on this time.
All right, JB, what you got on this game?
Give me the Lions 31-28.
31-28. Yeah. I like that. Adam, what's your final point total prediction?
I'm going to go 27-26.
27-26. Man, both of you guys like that 1 point game.
Yeah, I just see Detroit finding a way to score in odd situations. Geno Smith is due for a turnover. You'll get some short field position. They're going to score 3 touchdowns, maybe even 4, and go for 2 and mess it up or just miss an extra point. One of the two. Long story short, Lions come out on top. I think the Vikings, the Seahawks come up just short. I think they'll give you a scare at the end.
Notice what I told you. I said 28. That's no field goals in the game. Okay, I kept it even, but we're going to get our extra points.
We're going to hit the extra points.
We're going to hit our extra points.
Or just get 2 out of the 4 2-point conversions.
Perhaps.
So when I close my eyes, a number just keeps popping in my head, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again when I think about this game. The number for the Lions is 35. That's the number I see for the Lions. The number I see for the Seahawks is 7.
Wow.
35-7. This will be the first victory for the Lions where they absolutely win from kickoff to closing out, and we will be able by halftime to be comfortable. Thank you, JB. I know that shut the hell up out of everybody in this room right
Hey,
now.
the chat, I'm salty on the chat, reminded us Seahawks put up 400 yards last week against Atlanta, and Adam's comparing our defense to Atlanta's defense. So 400 yards don't sound like 7 points to me, Stick.
All right. Well, we'll see, man.
I hope you're right.
I really hope you're right.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you want if you're right. Let's put it that way.
I hope you could pop your little champagne at the 2-minute warning.
You're damn right.
You and Anson have a good old time at the Brass
I'm
Rail.
drunk by the 2-minute warning.
Good.
Like, it's so in the bag that I already started popping champagne.
That you're in the bag.
Yeah, just that I already popped champagne at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But 35-7, they say it can't happen, Detroit. They doubt us across the entire country. It can be done. It will be done. Dan Campbell will have his soldiers ready. They're going to be pissed off from last week because that is what I am looking for out of this team. It's not about getting punched. It's how you get off the mat. And if they got punched last week as hard as they did and they can respond in this manner this week, I will have learned a lot about the Detroit Lions. If they come out and lay an egg, we will have learned even more about the Detroit Lions. So I am thinking an absolute beatdown. And that's it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You know what else is amazing? Guardian Alarm and their protection.
Absolutely.
I wish we had them for defense.
I wish we did have them for defense.
Well, right now is the perfect time to make sure you have your peace of mind. And home security from Guardian Alarm, the most trusted name in home and business security with 24/7 local monitoring. It avoids people like Maz, Fletch, and JB from breaking in your house. So call 1-800.
Why you got to throw JB in this, huh?
That's 1-800. Stay out and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Hey, for a limited time only at Big Boy, the all-new burgers and loaded fries.
Loaded!
It's not just the Slim Jim as you know it. It is the Big Jim.
Big.
The chili cheese, such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. Those burgers are looking good. We had them last week. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, and nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds. Do it at Big Boy.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. All right, final little segment here on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick. That is Adam. Maz is here. JB.
Why can't you
and
just
of
call
course,
Ermanni,
Fletch.
Edwards, and Maz? I mean, wouldn't that be easier? I'm just saying.
I just read what y'all came. It says
I know,
right
but why
there.
can't you just do? How come I have to be with?
You're the featured artist.
Why do I have to be with?
It's like Eminem featuring Lil Wayne. It's Ermanni and Maz.
How can't I be an and?
You want an and?
Yeah.
And is more to me. And is like a throw off.
Fine.
With is like that's my guy. Like you're a featured artist.
It's harder to say with than just hey, Maz is here. And Maz.
Do you want us to move you to the front of the graphic too, Maz?
No, I like it in the back.
Can we get the Detroit skyline up here real quick? The one of all the players?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you see that guy right there?
Joik Bell?
So we forgot him on the list the first time we did this.
Yes.
And I kind of want to take him off now. So I think we're going to make that change over the weekend.
Can you put me up there?
Put Maz up there?
I'll put you up there in place of him.
Thank
Deal?
you, buddy. That'll make me feel good.
All right, you got it.
Sorry, Joik. You're out.
Sorry, Jordan. You got to get 1,000 yards in the NFL in a single season before you get on that list.
I can't do that.
Don't worry.
this?
Joik ain't watching.
Is Braylon on this? Yeah,
Braylon
he
is on this, but it is Michigan uniform.
Braylon deserves
Michigan
it.
Braylon.
He
for
was
sure.
a kid at that time.
Yeah. Michigan Braylon deserves it 100%. Had some good seasons in the NFL.
Yep.
2 AFC championships in a row.
2 AFC championships.
You guys ever made a weird drunk purchase? Like online, late night, or?
Well, I never drunk, but I do make some weird purchases.
Okay. Do not search Maz's history, please. Well, the other night I got hammered on Wednesday night. I woke up Thursday and I noticed something in my Apple Wallet. I'm like, what the hell is this? Tickets.
Did you make money?
No, I bought tickets to this like candlelight Halloween orchestra thing going on at the Masonic Temple on Halloween, but I had no idea I bought them till the next morning, and it just kind of sparked the question. And everybody that's in the WoodwardSports.com chat right now, if you've ever drunkenly bought something on Amazon or tickets to something, let us know, because I was surprised as hell. But drunk me, thank you Thank you, drunk me. I love you because I wanted to go to that. I just hadn't pulled the trigger.
How much money did you spend?
Only $70. So it's not like it was like, oh my God, I woke up and $3,000 was off my card. But no. $70. They're not great seats. I think drunk me was a little cheap.
Yeah.
Probably should have gotten some better seats.
You could upgrade.
Yeah, but drunk me, I just want to say thank you very much. I woke up, I was happy.
I think Adam bought that goat mask he used to wear.
I've done some things. I got a little too happy one night. Let's just put it that way. I ordered hookers from my friend's room next door.
Nice.
Man, you're such a good friend. That's the best friend anybody could ever have here.
His girlfriend was with him.
Oh.
I don't see the problem. Why? What? You put those things together, we got ourselves a
Can you
party.
say menage?
I love this quote. I love this by Jake Wagner in the WoodwardSports.com chat. I was drunk when I ordered the chairs, Maz.
Oh, Jake, I was proved innocent.
Erroneous.
JB,
you ever make a drunk purchase?
Not a drunk purchase, but one I'm well aware I made. I collect sports memorabilia, so of course, $200-300 goes missing out of the savings account. That's probably where it's at.
All right, Mads, what's a weird thing you bought?
Oh, no, that's not good.
Man, I thought this was going to be a fun topic, but apparently I'm the only blackout drunk around here.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I thought mine was okay.
It was. Yours was really good.
You're shortchanging me.
Yours was Risky Business good. You ever see that movie, Risky Business?
No.
You should watch it.
What
Tom
year?
Cruise. Mid-'80s.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mid-'80s.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Have a great weekend. You guys will be back on Sunday morning.
Yes, we will.
For the Lions pregame. Adam, you're doing Saturday college football tomorrow, too?
I'm doing Saturday, Sunday. Here's to all of you.
So you're
Have
on,
a great rest of your weekend.
So you're on that 7-day work week. So 31 days a month. Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get some color back in your face soon.
Me, color? I don't know what color or sleep is. So
there you go.
Thanks for tolerating
I
me
don't
today,
judge
Adam.
anybody.
They never let us do any shows anymore, but they finally did today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you later. Have a great weekend, Detroit.
See ya.